I I am so nervous for this game. It's it's absolutely crazy. If there's any background noise, I do apologize. My family is over briefly, but they won't be here for the whole time that we're live. So, welcome back everyone. It's nice to have all of you here with us. This is a top 10 matchup and it features my team. So I'm going to try and be as I'm going to try and be as balanced as possible, but you might hear some passion and all that different stuff. I don't know. This is a, game with a lot of emotion behind it. This can be the beginning and also can be the end of Michigan's season as we know it. And I don't know. It's just a lot. It's really it's a lot, if we're going to be honest. Okay. We are going to lose, LOL, says Laith Musa. I disagree. I still think Michigan's going to win. They have a game plan. They're, in my opinion, the much better team. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I will, look. Oh my gosh, that is a full stadium. I'm excited, because I went to Beaver Stadium 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, because Week 11, 2021 was Michigan-Penn State. And I am just so excited for this game. I'm hoping that Michigan can come out with a win. I'm somewhat confident that we can come out with a win, but like SFS Inverted just said, it's been an interesting past 24 hours. Harbaugh won't be on the sidelines. I think it will be Sherrone Moore. I don't exactly know. Actually, let me check real quick. I have a friend who's pretty tied in with the program, and it looks like Harbaugh won't be coaching. They failed to get an injunction, so it'll be Sherrone Moore, probably as the head coach, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm going to be doing play-by-play during some ad breaks. I will also be taking an ad break, but I'll also be answering questions. We'll do some halftime trivia. I'll answer questions consistently. Hi, Will Lou. I assume that's how I pronounce your last name. How are you doing? Nice to have you on here. I've never seen you. Laith Musa says, I do too, but I'm just nervous. Oh, I'm nervous too. My heart rate is through the roof. Michigan's 2-1 in top 10 matchups, but there isn't much to that. I'm going to check something really quick. I've been following the spread and the odds and the betting for this game, and right now the odds are Michigan minus 4.5. A lot of people are picking Michigan or Penn State spread. Others are picking Michigan money line. The bets for covering the spread have moved in Penn State's favor. 55% of bets to cover the spread are in favor of the Wolverines. 45% are in favor of the Lions. That moved from about 65-35 just a few days ago. Most of the bets, the great majority of the bets right now, are on Michigan money line to win, and about 71%. And if we assume that the payouts for money line, if the percentage of money is on the percentage of bets, the payout is no longer double for Penn State to win. So there's more money being put behind Michigan. A lot of bets, though, being put behind the Wolverines. It's saying that my stream quality is low. Can you guys check that out for me? Like, are you guys getting good signal here? Urban Meyer's picking Michigan to win. I agree with him. Thank you, Urban, for not dunking on our program like you always do. It seems like everyone's picking Michigan. That's making me nervous. I'm hoping... Oh, Mark Ingram picked Michigan. I'm hoping that someone picks Penn State. I don't like that everyone's seemingly riding with us. To a certain degree, this does feel like 2021 Ohio State, Michigan, where no one's picking Penn State. But then again, there were actually reasons to pick Michigan in 2021. I don't know if there were too many reasons outside of home field advantage and Penn State's run defense to pick Penn State. Okay, Sam, I think it makes no difference for Harbaugh to be gone for game day as he doesn't call the plays. I somewhat agree. I'm doing well. How are you? Rutgers fan here. Discovered your channel a few days ago and I'm loving your content. Well, thank you very much and go Scarlet Knights. Will, I think that you beat Iowa 20-10. I think that Rutgers is going to pick up their 7th win of the season. They're ranked in my top 25 right now, and others will probably have them ranked after they beat Iowa today. And yeah, awesome Lawson clips. This is a watch party. The stream quality is good. Thank you. Is Jim in here? Oh, my grandparents who are over right now were joking with me about how I should stream the game with the coach, and I think that'd be awesome. James Franklin and his Nittany Lions right now are entering the stadium with their nice blue jerseys. James Franklin's wearing his shades. Let's see if they're the shades of supremacy or the shades of suckitude, depending on what happens today. What happened with the injunction? I thought Harbaugh was supposed to be on the sidelines. It sounds like it fell through. What didn't help was yesterday was a federal holiday, Veterans Day, so not everything. The courts were open for emergency purposes, but not fully functional. That's just from what I'm hearing, though. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous for this game. There's some maize and blue scattered, especially in the top stands. But I'm nervous. Looks like Chop Robinson's back. I think that's who they were focusing on the screen. Do you think Utah will beat Washington and take the Pac-12 out of the playoff? Even if Utah does beat Washington, Oregon, I think, is winning out. And if Oregon wins out, they're reaching the playoff because they're ahead of Texas right now, just by having a worse strength of schedule. So Oregon controls their own destiny. There's just Gonson and Joel Klatt. Let me hear what they're talking about for the who's going to be on the sidelines. Oh, they're talking about it. Okay, they're talking about the statement. I want to hear who the interim head coach is. That's who I want to know. Is it going to be Mike Hart, Jesse Minner, Sherrone Moore? Maybe Ben Herbert comes out of nowhere and puts the headset on himself. Who's the... I don't know. Let's see. Wow. I'm telling you guys right now, I am very nervous. It seems like the consensus is that Penn State's going to cover the spread. Michigan's going to win this game. I don't know. I think Michigan will be mad at Penn State and the world in this game, but then again, I'm biased and I kind of need Penn State to lose so Louisville can move up. Yeah, Penn State losing, the more one-loss teams lose, and as long as some undefeateds are also upset, the more upsets happen, the better it is for Louisville. Because if Louisville wins out, they probably don't reach the playoff because they lost to a bad Pittsburgh team in the ACC's week. But let's say Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State all lose at some point in these next few games, which would be nuts. That would really help Louisville. It's more. Thank you, Ryan Sims, and thank you, SFS Inverted. Thank you very much. I had the TV muted. Okay, I trust Sherrone Moore. I do. I love him as an OC. I love him as an O-line coach. I think he'll bring the fire necessary to keep the team together. Amazing. 768 LOL. Hey, Sam, I brought popcorn. Well, I hope that we apply I hope that we apply enough pressure on Drew Aller to make him pop like a popcorn kernel. That's what I hope. Okay. Yeah, I am nervous. This stadium is full. Wow. Michigan's wearing yellow pants, white jerseys, just like what they had in 2021 at Penn State. There's Sherrone Moore smiling with the headset. Second game as acting head coach. I like that they're trusting him here. Let's hope that we win. Go Blue. And let's hope every player stays safe, too. I want to see minimal injuries here. Minimal. Okay. Ryan Sims, this is going to be a great game. Hey, everyone, let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. I mean, this game could ruin my day. It could make my day. This is why we watch college football. Oh, my gosh. I mean, part of me feels like Michigan could come out here and just punk these guys. Another part of me thinks that Penn State could hang around and, I mean, eventually punk us. I don't know. Michigan hasn't been tested yet, so there's so many range of outcomes for the Wolverines. I mean, they could come out and they could win in a close game. They could dominate. Who knows? But here we go. Kickoff for Penn State. Here we go. They deferred. Michigan will have the ball for the opening drive. Here we go. Chris Lane says the yellow pants look like pee, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, this stadium is loud. Let me tell you, my heart is racing. 15 minutes left in the first quarter. Here we go. My heart is beating like nothing. Penn State stacking the box. Corum is back behind Michigan's strong and powerful offensive line. They hand it off to Corum, and Corum goes nowhere. Penn State's defensive line with 4 men got penetration. It's 2nd and 10. That's not good. But this Penn State defense is elite, so even if Michigan has an elite O-line, they are going to be facing one of the best defenses in the country. McCarthy, 5 wide. Tight end out there. Corum lining up as a receiver. Now he motions back into the backfield. 2nd and 10. What will Manny Diaz draw up here? J.J. McCarthy takes the snap. Penn State gets immediate pressure, but he gets it off. Gets it to A.J. Barner. 1st and 10, Michigan. McCarthy completes a 12-yard pass to A.J. Barner. 1st and 10. And he got pressure, too. I mean, Michigan failed the block. I think it was Henderson or Hinton failed to block a Penn State edge. That could have been a sack if McCarthy didn't have confidence to stand in the pocket. Okay. Looks like Michigan's bringing in a max protect set here. Penn State's getting close up to the line of scrimmage. It is a handoff for Corum, and Corum turns forward for 4 yards out to the Michigan 41. It'll be 2nd and 6. And Michigan is using that clock. Already 1 minute and 30 have been wiped off. I expect if Michigan's going to score here, they want to take as much time off the clock as they can. I think that Michigan trusts their defense here. Please, J.J. McCarthy, don't throw a pick. No turnovers. That's how Penn State's going to win, is if they can force turnovers here. Here's J.J. McCarthy. Michigan takes the clock down inside, and a false start on Michigan. Wow. Darn it. 2nd and 11. This crowd is loud, and this D-line is getting pressure. You're gonna see false starts here. I said that in the preview. You'll probably see false starts to begin this game. Now, if you're Michigan, you got to be calm. You cannot get off schedule. All right, here we go. Nine 9-0 versus 8-1. Number 3 versus number 10. Corum's in the backfield. 4 receivers out there. Penn State looks like they're going to blitz. They do. And Corum only gets about 2-3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. So a 3rd down for the Wolverines. Very conservative play call there by offensive coordinator Sherrone Moore. Let's see if they can convert. 3rd and 8 for the Wolverines. Michigan's got a 1st down. Samaj Morgan's in the game, along with Colston Loveland. Donovan Edwards is in the backfield. Michigan looks like they're going to have to defend a blitz from Penn State. Penn State looks like they're going to send 6 men and only have 5 out in coverage. Let's see if Michigan get a mismatch. 4 on the clock. 3, 2, 1. They get it off. McCarthy has to scramble, and McCarthy is sacked. Wow. Fourth down stop by the Penn State defense, and Michigan will have to punt it away. J.J. McCarthy and the offense looked a little discombobulated there, so they'll have to punt it away to Penn State, but they got a first down, got decent field position. Now they're going to have to punt it away to a Penn State team that is going to be, I think Penn State's going to play their best game on offense. No one was open, no separation. Michigan doesn't have a Marvin Harrison Jr. or an Emeka Egbuka. Michigan's going to punt this ball away. Here we go. And fair caught at about the 25. Daquan Hardy. That was nice punt coverage by the Michigan Wolverines. Good punt by Tommy Doman of 45 yards. So, stadium's loud. This is electric. Michigan on their... They got a first down. That's good. Man, this is going to be game of the year, I can tell. I hope not. I want Michigan to dominate, but I think you already knew that. Wow, I didn't know their pass rushers were that good. I guess Ohio State's only did a very good job. They didn't. Penn State was able to sack Ohio State and Kyle McCord pretty often, and they were able to stuff their run. This is just one drive. Let's wait. Let's see what Penn State's offense cooks up. I wouldn't be shocked if Penn State's able to drive down. Hey, Chimichanga guy. How's everyone doing? I'm nervous right now. I'm hoping that Michigan's defense can create a play of some kind. I don't like so far what's happened with Michigan. They only have 9 yards, 1 first down, 3 minutes and 50 seconds of possession. But hey, they got a first down. It wasn't a total 3 and out. I'm just trying to stay optimistic here. I don't know. Texas Tech's already scored on Kansas. Tulane scored on Tulsa. Let's check Nebraska, Maryland. Some games around the country. Just looking at the Big Ten. Illinois is about to score on Indiana, and Maryland's driving on Nebraska. But they're all 0-0. There's no scores for any of the Big Ten games so far. Wow. I'm just... My heart, I mean, if you felt my heart right now... Wow. I am nervous. Yeah, Ryan Sims, that's going to be Michigan's problem. They won't have an alien that they can just throw to, and the alien can teleport up and down the UFO, climb the ladder on these defensive backs. Michigan's going to have to be more methodical than OSU to win. Dan, hey Sam, love your content. I think PSU's going to win today, but good luck. Hi Dan. I hope you're wrong, but if you're right, and that's very good for you. Jimmy Changa guy says he thinks Michigan wins 24-14. Someone said Michigan doesn't have Connor, as in Connor Stallions, so they will lose. Well, let's see. Here comes Drew Aller. 20-1 TDI-INT ratio, completes 62% of his passes. Okay, pick 6. That's way too optimistic, but pick 6, Michigan. Come on. And Penn State will start with a run, and that run goes nowhere. Nicholas Singleton stopped the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Kenneth Grant. Michigan got pressure in the same way that Penn State did. So I think both of these D lines are going to have an advantage over both offensive lines, just from what we've seen right now. I do think it's early. It might be a game of who's the better quarterback in this matchup. 2nd and 9. Michigan looks like they're going to send pressure. Let's see if it works. They do send pressure. Aller misses. That's his wide receiver, I believe, Dante Cephas. I was going to say Harrison Wallace, but nope, Dante Cephas is number 3. 3rd and 9, a chance for Michigan to quickly get a 3 and out and get back on offense. Mason Graham's in the game. Michigan is off defensively. They fix their alignment. Aller 5 wide with his tight ends. Let's see what Michigan does. They bring pressure again, and Aller incomplete. 2 inaccurate throws, and Penn State goes 3 and out. They're going to punt it away. Keandre Lambert-Smith was the intended receiver, like Gus Johnson famously said, but not accurate balls whatsoever. And Michigan was getting pressure, so he had to release that football very quickly. Now Penn State is going to have to punt this football away. Michigan looks like they're going to come after this punt. Let's hope that Michigan doesn't muff it. Now Michigan's punt formation shifts. Riley Thompson will punt it away. And Jake Thaw, fair catch at the 30. So Michigan with decent field position at their own 30. Now J.J. McCarthy and Blake Corum, Roman Wilson, they will come out. Another ad break? Are you serious? Are you flipping kidding me? Another ad break? Well, you know what? We're almost 5 minutes through, so I'm going to insert my own ad break. We'll be back in a few seconds. Okay. Well, yeah. Laith Musa, yeah, the defense looked good on that drive. More importantly, though, they were covering just like Penn State's were, but Aller did not, didn't complete the passes, and no one was really open. This game is going to be 2 hours of ads. I completely agree with you, at least from what we know right now. SFS inverted ads in college football suck. They do. I like this. Keep doing this, U of M. Zach Scout says that. Awesome Lawson clips. To be fair, Connor Stallion should be on the sidelines in disguise. Well, I don't know. I'm still nervous. I mean, my prediction for this game was 34-14 and 34-13, and I elected not to change it in spite of the news about Harbaugh. So, very bold prediction of me to predict a massive, really dominant Michigan win. We'll have to see if it comes true or not. I of course hope it does. Penn State fans don't. Alabama is in Kentucky territory. Illinois scored a field goal, and Maryland had a 27-yard punt. So Nebraska has the football. So 0-0 for Nebraska, Maryland, 0-0 for Michigan, Penn State, and 0-3 Illinois leading Indiana by a field goal. Those are the scores in the Big Ten. Laith Musa has YouTube Premium, so you won't have to. You can just watch me like there are no ads whatsoever. I still get a part of the YouTube Premium revenue, of course, but you get the experience. Good for you. Just let Penn State do Penn State things and you'll be fine. Yes, but you never know. Because, Jim Harbaugh for a while, he was like James Franklin, and he broke through. And you can debate on whether that was mostly the cheating or not, but I think there was a point where he got his coordinators, he got better players. You got to give credit where it's due. And Penn State is going to be mad because they got humiliated by Michigan last year. When you allow 400 rushing yards, that's humiliation. Michigan looks like they're in a heavy set again. Like they're max protect here. They're going with heavy O-linemen. I think they trust one-on-one matchups, so they want Penn State to stack the box. J.J. McCarthy with Blake Corum in the backfield. I think this is another max protect set where they have an offensive tackle at tight end. I bet they're going to run. And they do. And Blake Corum fumbled. He fumbled the football, but I think he recovered it. Yup, Michigan recovered it. Blake Corum fumbled. Oh my gosh. That's fortunate. That's fortunate right there. Sam, hope your weekend's going good so far. Hi, Kels14. It's great to see you on here. Yeah, Corum fumbled. That was a great strip. Great hit by Chop Robinson. But Corum with the awareness to recover it. That could have been a disaster for the Wolverines. Corum remains in the game. I like that. You got to trust him. You have to trust your players if you're the coaches, if you're Michigan. This stadium is loud. You can hear the burning passion of the Penn State faithful. And Colston Loveland gets a gain of 7. So Michigan is able to complete passes so far. Colston Loveland's very reliable. J.J. McCarthy right now is 2 of 2 for 19 yards. Let's see if Michigan passes here. I don't think the Wolverines will be able to run for a lot on this Penn State defense. They'll be able to run moderately well. If Michigan's going to win this game, they're going to have to do it in the same way they beat Wisconsin in 2021, where Wisconsin barely allowed few yards on the ground, but Michigan was able to keep them honest via the run game. Corum is in the game still. McCarthy got the snap, easily pressured. He almost got sacked again. Michigan is just getting pressured out of their mind by this Penn State defense. 3 and out. Wow. Chop Robinson's on Carson Barnhart, and he burned Carson Barnhart. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's horrible. Gosh. We got a double team Chop Robinson because our tackles have been a problem all season long. But Michigan's at least gaining yards. And Penn State might have roughed. Oh, Penn State ran into the kicker. Penn State ran into the kicker, so I think Michigan's going to get a first down out of this. Yup, Michigan I think is going to get a first down by Penn State trying to block the punt. Nope, no foul. Wow. Blocked into the punter. Darn it. Ah, come on. I want Michigan to score early. I don't like how our offensive line looks right now. Then again, Penn State didn't look too great on their first series either, and Michigan's the better. Why is there another ad? This is frustrating. Ads. It's just exhausting. I don't know who's going to win, but I don't think your score is going to hold. I agree with that. Though I will say, if Michigan gets ahead in the second half and Penn State has to play out of their comfort zone, there's a chance that they make some mistakes and Michigan capitalizes off of them. But let's see. Michigan right now is 5 minutes and 32 seconds of possession. If you win the TOP battle as Michigan, there's a good chance that you win. Let's see if Michigan can get another 3 and out. I'm nervous. I am just shaking. I don't know why, but I want to hear Sam just let off a giant F-bomb. I don't think you'll hear that from me. Strike 2 for Barnhart. Yeah, I mean, put in Ladarius Henderson or Miles Hinton. That's left tackle. Left tackle. That's like McCarthy's blind side. You have to protect that. You have to. That's why Penn State's going to line up Chop Robinson on that left side, is because that's McCarthy's blind spot. Got to do a better job at protection. You have to. Alabama scored on Kentucky. Nebraska's going to have to punt this ball away. Indiana they're driving, rather, on Illinois. They're not done. They could get a touchdown. They could get a field goal. Nebraska just executed a fake punt for a first down. So go Big Red. I predicted Nebraska to win, therefore I hope them to win. Tommy Doman punted for 32 yards. Penn State has decent field position here. And Penn State has the better special teams unit. I'll say that. So if this is a battle of special teams, Penn State will win if special teams decide this. Yeah, Michael, you completed a fake punt. Mike Loxley at a Mike Loxley moment. Dang, Sam, I'm so nervous, and I even hate Michigan. Penn State's going to play their best game, and so far their defense is playing very stout. The defenses have won 3 out of 3 drives so far. Let's see, though. Right now, Penn State's offensive line's doing a better job at protecting Aller. The problem is their run game. I don't think they have the same running backs that Michigan does, and they don't have the same quarterback. But let's see what happens here. Maybe Aller slings it deep and Lambert Smith burns one of our corners, which would suck. I hope Penn State never takes a lead in this game, though the likelihood of that happening, unlikely. 1st and 10 at the 31 for Penn State. Michigan shifts their defensive line. I think Katron Allen's back there. Nope, Nicholas Singleton is. That's number 10. Allen's number 13. And Penn State's going to try and run it, and Singleton gets tackled for a loss. 2nd and 10. Penn State wants to run the football just like Michigan. So far, Nicholas Singleton has 2 carries for 1 yard. 2nd and 10. Wow. Penn State is the better pass rush than Michigan. Michigan's trying to get organized. It would be beneficial for Penn State, I think, to go up tempo. Mikey Sainer still following his man. He's on, I think, Keandre Lambert-Smith. In press coverage, Michigan is pressing Penn State receivers. Michigan brings pressure. Aller pressured, caught by Tyler Warren. 1st and 10 at the 50. Darn it. Darn it. Okay, come on. Yeah, Penn State's tight ends are a mismatch. Penn State is going up tempo. Michigan no longer playing press coverage. They're reading Michigan's defense. 7 minutes, 35 seconds. Come on, Michigan, get pressure. And they hand it off, and Singleton gets a gain of 5. So they're in Michigan territory. Michigan has not yet entered Penn State territory. All right. 2nd and 5. Aller back there. Wouldn't be shocked if Penn State runs it again. Michigan only playing with a 3-man defensive front here. Let's see if Penn State runs it on this light box. And they do. Singleton powers forward for 6. 1st and 10 at the 39. So Penn State so far showing off that run game, but Michigan is, to their credit, playing a more conservative defense. Wow. 1st and 10 at the Michigan 39, and Penn State has a reliable kicker. So if it's 4th and 5 here, they can probably go for a field goal and convert it. Let's see what Penn State does. Michigan now stacking the box, taking the run game more seriously. Aller to throw, and incomplete. Overthrew his man, Keandre Lambert-Smith. Will Johnson with coverage. But there is a flag. Looks like pass interference, although I don't think the ball... I don't think that ball was catchable, but whatever, it is what it is. Yep, pass interference. So, gosh darn it. Let me see if that ball... That's something else I said. Oh, that was... He could have... Never mind, that was PI. That was PI. Yeah, that could have been a catch. It wasn't a great throw by Aller, but it was catchable. All right, Michigan's not a very penalized team, and they already have 2 penalties. So this team definitely has some nerves to them. Penn State is bringing in a tight set, and Singleton is able to run the football for a gain of 7. That's not a good sign. They're running on Michigan. Wow. Singleton with a nice cut. 2nd and 3. Inside the Michigan 25 at the Michigan 24, so it's actually 2nd and 4. And fake screen pass. Aller's going to have to run. And wow. Michigan just looks discombobulated. 1st down at the 11. Penn State's in the red zone. They're probably going to get a 1st and goal opportunity on Michigan, given what's happened. They got pressure on him, but Aller has that pocket elusiveness. So 1st and 10 at the Michigan 11. Michigan facing early adversity. Let's see what they can do here. It's actually, he slid at the 13. Penn State again going with like 3 men in the backfield, tight ends for blockers. And Singleton made the wrong read. He's going to get a 1st and goal. Wow. This isn't looking good for Michigan, let me tell you that. This is not looking good. This is the first and goal. Well, it's 2nd and 1, so not 1st and goal yet, but I guarantee you, the way they're pushing around Michigan, they'll get in for a touchdown here. If you're Michigan, I don't know why exactly you aren't going goal line, unless you think that Penn State's going to pass here. They might. I expect Penn State to score. Penn State runs, and Singleton, I don't know if he got the 1st down. He might have been stuffed. It might be 3rd and 1. I think that's what they're going to place it as, is a 3rd and 1. No gain. All right. Come on, Michigan. 3rd and 1. Force him to go on a 4th down and stop him, though I don't have faith necessarily that that'll happen. But let's see. 3rd and 1. Penn State's chewing up 5 minutes of time, so they're chewing the clock. Aller will probably quarterback sneak it here, and he gets it. I don't know if he got it, though. Might be 4th and inches. If that's the case, then I guarantee you they'll do it again and he'll get it. Let me see. I don't know if he got it. If you're Penn State, I'd say if you're Penn State, you go for this. 4th and inches. You don't kick that field goal. Because I think Michigan's offense at some point is going to wake up. He had to get to the 3, and I think he just got to the 4. Or 3.5. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Penn State first and goal, Penn State. Darn it. Oh, this does not look good. Come on. Why is our protection horrible? All right. But this is the thing with Penn State. They're good at converting these 3rd and shorts because Aller's a big quarterback. He's a big quarterback here. If you're Michigan, get a goal line stand here. But they do look tired. And they have that T formation in for Penn State. Very hard to guard. Michigan in goal line formation. They're going to motion out Singleton as a receiver. And they hand it off. And Allen is going to get just back to the goal line. So 2nd and goal from the 3. T formation, nice motion, but they ran it to the outside. That could have been a TFL if not for Katron Allen's power. I think he's their best running back. I think he's better than Nicholas Singleton. And the reason for that is he has that power ability that's going to be very useful against this Wolverine defense. Singleton, he did show off some power early on, but I think Allen's your better back in these situations. Now Penn State motioning out. Will they pass? Will they run? Who knows? They're going to pass. Aller is going to be pressured, and Aller overthrows his man, incomplete, 3rd and goal. Tyler Warren, Theo Johnson. 1 and 4. 19 yards, 3rd and goal. Michigan has to get a stop here. It's not the end of the world if they surrender a touchdown, but this is a win for Michigan. This is showing that they can fight through adversity if they can force Penn State to a field goal or a 4th down fail. Penn State in. Let me see what's going on. Oh, that was beautiful coverage by Will Johnson. Perfect? No. But he covered him well enough to confuse Dante Cephas. If that was Marvin Harrison Jr., the way that ball was thrown and how Will Johnson didn't play perfect coverage, that probably would have been a catch. And Penn State gets a field goal. So Penn State takes a 3-0 lead. Good job by Michigan not letting, everything fall apart. If you're the Wolverines, Aller's 1 of 5, 19 yards. You got to stop Penn State's run, and you don't be worried about Drew Aller passing that football. Because he's thrown 3 inaccurate passes. right now. McCarthy's only incompletion was when he got pressure. So stay on Penn State and their line. Alabama 14-0 Kentucky. Gosh darn it. I thought Kentucky was going to cover. That spread looked weird. Nope. Didn't happen. How am I feeling? I'm even more nervous. Watching them run on us. I know they weren't uber successful running. They're running for 3.9 yards per carry, and Michigan plays a conservative defense, more conservative than Penn State. But to allow that 3 to Penn State, I want Michigan to drive down and get a touchdown. I'm hoping Michigan can respond to the adversity. Penn State right now is 7 minutes and 11 seconds of possession. Michigan needs to find a way to run the football. The problem is Penn State is willing to let their corners get burned. That's how you beat Penn State, is you torch their corners. That's how Indiana stayed in the game. That's how Ohio State beat them. They will always blitz. They're always going to blitz. Penn State will. Michigan, little different. Okay, finally playing someone. Yeah, and hopefully we crush them. I mean, Ohio State, they were up on us early last year, and we crushed them. So hopefully we can do that. O-line needs to step up here. I 100% agree with you, Blue. Completely agree. Michigan only has 1 first down, 16 yards. If they can get a few first downs and at least get a field goal out of this next drive, I'll be happy. Looking at other scores around the nation, Maryland, Nebraska 0-0. Indiana did take a lead on Illinois. They're leading 7-3, but John Paddixon at quarterback for Illinois, and their first and goal at the Indiana, they just scored. Reggie Love III ran it in for a touchdown for Illinois, so they're up 10-7 first quarter. Illinois, Indiana could be a shootout. Interesting. Bring Illinois and Brett Bielema playing more like the Ron Zook style of football, with their defense not being very good this season. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I produce more college football content and go live. Okay, come on, Michigan. There just isn't much energy on the sidelines, it doesn't look like, for Michigan. I'm concerned with how they look. Michigan never allowed to play inside the 10 until this game, but they held them to a field goal when they got there. So, Sherrone Moore is the interim head coach. Let's see what Michigan can do on this next drive. Let the kick go out of the end zone for a touchback. J.J. McCarthy will come back on. Let's see what the offensive line does. Oh my gosh. The heart rate, ladies and gentlemen, the heart rate is pumping. Let's see what happens. Okay, 1st and 10. You see Drake Nugent, the bulldozer. J.J. McCarthy behind him. Donovan Edwards is in the game at running back. And good protection. And Cornelius Johnson gets Tyler Morris, actually, gets a gain of 13. 1st and 10 at the Michigan 38. That was a nice rollout for J.J. McCarthy. Wow. 1st and 10. Michigan. Edwards is still in the game. Michigan heavy to the left on the offensive line. Edwards runs, makes a cut, gets only a gain of 1. He is hit right at the line by Kalen King. Wow. 2nd and 9 at the Michigan 39. So Michigan picked up a first down, got some yardage. They'll be able to work the clock a little bit. Michigan has not had success running the football so far. I have a feeling they're going to have to pass to open up the run. But I feel like at some point Michigan, I don't feel like Michigan's going to get stuffed at the line forever in the same way that Penn State won't. Michigan going tight, going heavy, like Sherrone Moore loves to do, and it's going to be another run play, and Edwards is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. 3rd and 10. For Michigan, they're running the football. I know you want to run if you're Michigan. You have to pass because Penn State is going to blitz every single play. They're going to blitz every single play. Oh, we got a super chat. I'll get to that super chat. By the way, I'll get to that super chat after this, depending on whether it's a punt, first down. Thank you for the $5, though, Belisari. Okay, 3rd and 10. Dude, Penn State's going to blitz. McCarthy with a direct run, and he gets it! That was a genius play call. Penn State was in tight, and wow, they had no one to guard that. That was a genius play call. Penn State was in tight. They wanted to blitz and get pressure. The motion faked him out. That's good. Wow. Okay. Not sure if Michigan's defense was bend but don't break or braked but duct tape yourself back together, but I feel okay-ish. Well, thank you for the $5 super chat, Belisari. That was a critical 3rd down conversion by Michigan. It's nice to see that they're able to get that quarterback run. 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Penn State, Michigan. Michigan, though, on a drive. And that's the end of the first quarter. So that means there's going to be another ad break on here. I'm not going to do ad breaks as often as, of course, the networks do, because that'd be criminal. But I do have to find a way to earn an income. So I'm going to get a drink of water. I'll be right back, though. Thank you guys for being on. I'm sweating. Alabama 21, Kentucky. Well, there goes my pick that Kentucky was going to cover the spread unless Alabama, slows themselves down and takes the foot off the gas. Who knows? Wow. Illinois missed the extra point. That's pathetic. Indiana is inside the Illinois 10 already, 2nd and goal. Nebraska and Maryland is 0-0. Less scoring in Maryland, Nebraska than there is Penn State and Michigan. Just goes to show how bad Maryland is and how awful Nebraska's offense is. Okay, come on, Blue. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Penn State 49, so Michigan finally, just to close out the first quarter, entered Penn State territory. Let's hope that Michigan, I'd love for Michigan to pop off a big run or get a big pass because I think that'll shake up Penn State's defense. This is an aggressive defense for Penn State, and forcing a big play on them will really make them, I think, shuffle in their identity. Because that's the thing about aggressive defenses. You're going to give up some big plays, likely. It's not a guarantee. Michigan doesn't have the guaranteed talent at receiver or right now the matchup in the trenches to get a guaranteed big play against Penn State. But if they can, that will be of great assistance. So Michigan, they have 2 first downs on this current drive. Right now they lead slightly in time of possession. Michigan's passed the ball more effectively. Aller's averaging 3.8 yards per pass attempt. Michigan's averaging 8 yards per pass attempt. Michigan's only averaging 1.3 yards per carry, though. Meanwhile, Penn State's averaging 3.9 yards per carry. So, College football nerds, their model through one quarter is like perfection. Because they said that Penn State would average about, 4 yards per pass attempt, close to 4 or 3 yards per rush attempt. Michigan would struggle to run, but they'd be able to pass somewhat efficiently. Okay, but back to this game. Hoping for a Michigan win. I'm hoping for it. But hope is not a strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Not in life, not in anything. 1st and 10. Chop Robinson looks like he wants to kill someone. And Edwards is going to run it, and Edwards is a lane. Edwards! There he goes! Big run for Michigan. That was well blocked. There he goes. Gain of 22. That's his longest run of the season. And that was perfectly blocked. And Penn State, they didn't have gap integrity. They didn't. That looked like a hole from last year. Okay, come on. Turn this into a touchdown. That's all I ask. Milk the clock. Turn it into a touchdown. That was a beautiful block by Zach Zinner, where he just, pulled over, faked out Penn State's defense, and Edwards ran right through that hole. They're going to run it again with Corum. Corum gets a gain of 5. They're inside the Penn State 25, so they are in field goal range. They had an extra offensive lineman, so Michigan, that max protect set, we saw Michigan use that to do damage against inferior competition with passing the ball. Let's see if they can use it for running as well. A.J. Barner motions to the left of McCarthy, and so does Corum in the backfield. McCarthy is going to pass for a screen that gets blown up. I don't know why you'd call a screen there. Loss of 2, it's going to be 3rd and 8 at the 25. I think that's the one disadvantage of Moore being the head coach, is he can't purely focus on play calling. And I think there will be some things that hurt. But Michigan right now, still using that clock just a little bit. 3rd and 8. Just don't throw a pick. Don't turn it over. Someone said 1st down. Are you ahead of me? You better not be ahead of me. That's stupid. Oh, wow, you are ahead of me. That was another screen pass. That looked like a tight end screen pass that Georgia ran with Brock Bowers for the past few seasons, where you get that offensive line going out to block, and yeah, like you have 3 wide receivers blocking for him. That's cool. I like seeing Michigan implement that, style of stuff. Those kind of play calls. A person, are you ahead of me? Okay, you're ahead of me. Let me see if I can catch up. There's a flag. Is Penn State going to get an illegal substitution? I hope they do. Defensive illegal substitution. Okay. I hate that I'm behind all of you. Touchdown? Oh, I'll bow. Stereotypical Buckeye, I will bow down. Okay, touchdown. A person. How are you so ahead? I hate that. I absolutely hate that. 1st and goal. Corum, touchdown. Yes! Blake Corum with his 17th of the season. And Michigan is able to respond to Penn State's own drive with a score. 75 yards. 5 minutes and 21 seconds of time burned at the stake. That was beautiful. So Michigan's run game came alive during this drive. They're averaging 3.5 yards per carry right now. They have a touchdown, and McCarthy is nearly 50 passing yards. So that's good. I'm watching on YouTube TV, Blue. Is there any other app that I could watch it on that would catch up? I'm watching on YouTube TV. That's awesome. Awesome. 7-3, Michigan. Let's see more drives like that, Michigan. I know they can do that consistently. Oh, hated the TD, but hated seeing Sam happy more, LOL. I'm on Spectrum TV, and you said that I am behind... Okay, let me check. Because if I can get this on Spectrum TV, then I will. Alexander O'Keefe, thank you for recommending Fubo. I'm also watching on YouTube TV. I think we have Spectrum, so I'm going to check that out. I'll be right back, so I'm going to insert an ad break while I'm checking with my parents to make sure if we have Spectrum. I'll be back. Do we have Spectrum? Okay. People are ahead of me. Is behind. We might have it. We had it, but I canceled it, so it might be... I don't know if it's on Amazon. I'll just switch back to YouTube TV and text me if we have it. That way I can log in. I'll open the door and wink at you. Okay. I don't know if we have Spectrum. My parents will text me if they do, but I don't want to stay away from this game at all. I want to be on here. See the action. Maybe exiting out of the app and reloading will help, though. I don't know. Sorry to get out of my chair very often. Okay. So... Good job by Corum. It's good to see him, like, after that fumble. He came back, got into the end zone. Reliable receiver. Or not receiver, running back. I'm tired. YouTube TV here, too, they're always behind. Yeah, that's because they collect the data for every game through one engine and then stream it out across multiple channels. So, YouTube TV's naturally a few seconds behind. Michigan's going to kick off. All right. Penn State's going to let this go out of the end zone for a touchback. Knowles better watch that last drive by Michigan to remind himself how by being too aggressive you can get burnt. Yeah, that 3rd and 10 QB run spurred this whole thing. If you run a conservative defense, you probably force Michigan to punt there. And as much as Manny Diaz is a good DC, that's always been my concern with him. Oh, shoot, the score. There, the score's back, so you can see it all. Okay. Aller and Penn State, they're behind by 4, but they drove on Michigan. Can they do it again? Michigan's playing a conservative defense. Singleton breaks tackles, and Singleton, gain of 9. Michigan has got to be careful of not letting him get a big play. All right, am I further ahead? I think Michigan should load up the box and make Aller pass. Partially, I do agree with that. Penn State should think of quarterback sneak every down. That's funny. They could get decent yards off that, but Aller is back with Allen, Katron Allen, the power back, and they are going to pass. And beautiful tackle there by Rod Moore, so I'm still behind. That's a tackle for loss. 3rd and short. Penn State, will you quarterback sneak it here? That's a great tackle there. Penn State's trying to go fast. They have one deep safety. Will Aller quarterback run it? Penn State's 1 of 3 on third down. That one conversion just from that quarterback sneak, but I have a feeling they're going to be playing a great game on offense here. And Aller is going to run it, and he doesn't pick up the first down. He doesn't get it. Wow. So 1 of 4 on third downs. Ernest Hausman with the tackle. Will Penn State go for it? That's the question. Now you are ahead of YouTube TV. Okay, sweet. Yup. Will Michigan force a punt, or is Penn State going to go for it? No, they punt. Penn State punts it. Riley Thompson. Jake Thaw doesn't fair catch it, but he gets out past the 20. So a 3-and-out forced by Michigan. That's good. 7-3, Michigan leads. Now I feel a little better, but I'm still nervous because this game is a game. But Penn State, I mean, 1 of 4 on third down. You got to be better. And Aller he's averaging 3 yards per pass attempt. So if you're Penn State, you want to run the football. I don't know why they called a screen pass there. I know they're trying to, Mike Yurcich, whether it's Ohio State, where he was the passing game coordinator in 2019, or at Oklahoma State as their offensive coordinator, Penn State is built more like a team. They're not built like a prototypical Big Ten team. They are with their offensive line and they are with their defense, but how they want to run their offense, I don't think necessarily is like a Big Ten style of offense. Another Michigan TD here, and I think Penn State has a total meltdown. Let's hope. I'm hoping Michigan just begins to control this game. And I hope that the stadium's emptying itself by the third quarter. We'll see. That's why I predicted Michigan to win in dominant fashion. I think they're the much better football team. But we'll have to see. Here are some statistics right now. Michigan 2 of 4 on third down. Penn State 1 of 4 on third down. Both have 5 first downs. Michigan has more passing yards than Penn State. They have 29 more passing yards. Penn State has 10 more rushing yards. Michigan's 2 penalties for 14 yards. Penn State has 1 penalty for 3 because they had that defensive substitution inside of the 5. Alabama 21, Kentucky 7. Texas Tech 10, Kansas nothing. That's not good. Indiana 14, Illinois 12 in the second quarter. And Nebraska, Maryland still 0-0. Gosh, I'm nervous. I want Michigan to come in here and score, but I'm also somewhat confident in this team. I'm just nervous. I've seen this team lose too many times. Stolen Hype. Yo, at College Football with Sam. You want me to give you updates on Nebraska versus Maryland game? Yes, please do. Thank you. Silence the crowd here. I hope so. But everyone was saying in the chat, Michigan's in trouble. And now people are saying, James Franklin's clueless. Let's just wait for, until the late third quarter, early fourth quarter before we make tons of judgments. The nice thing about this game is both teams are using the clock. So this game will be over, I think, relatively quickly. Both teams have ran for more than 10 attempts, while both teams have only passed for a total of 12. So there's been 23 total rushing attempts by both teams, only 12 total pass attempts, only 7 total completions. So this is a ground and pound, churn clock. I want Michigan to bully this defense on this drive. Sorry, Penn State fans. I don't hate Penn State as a program. I just love my team. Okay, Michigan. Can you pay it off? 1st and 10 at the 22. Michigan again's going tight. They're going heavy. Corum is in the backfield. And McCarthy is going to throw. And he completes it to Cornelius Johnson. That was a tight pass. That could have been a pick if it wasn't accurate. But he threw it with poise. 1st down for Michigan. It's 11-yard pass to Cornelius Johnson, who has 2 receptions for 24 yards. McCarthy is 6 of 7 for 60 yards on the day. Come on. Run here, or is McCarthy... McCarthy's empty. No, he's not. I'm not good with formations, because I've never played football. Snap it. Corum is going to get the ball, and if he kept up his feet, he would have had a first down. Penn State's being very aggressive. Their gap integrity looks suspect. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8. So Michigan getting first downs, melting away that clock. Will they run here again? They're huddling. Barnhart's back in the game. I don't know if he ever left. I'm hoping that this would be a huge win for Moore. If Moore wins all 3 of these games, he's going to get head coaching opportunities after this season. And they're going to run it with Corum, and Corum breaks it to the outside. Corum's going 40, 30, out at the Penn State 22. A 44-yard run by Blake Corum. And Michigan here has 85 yards, averaging 6.5 yards per carry. The pass is opening up the run somewhat. Also, Penn State's just being aggressive, and they're trying to stuff the interior run. Wow. This is great. Okay, come on, pay it off with a touchdown. Blake Corum with 8 carries for 60 yards, averaging close to 10 yards per carry. Cologne Mullings checks in as the running back. Play clock down to 5. Michigan might have to take a timeout here. 2, 1. Yeah, they're going to have to take a timeout. That's okay. You're inside the 25. Set. Reset. Don't get emotional. Don't make a mistake trying to hurry up. So, Michigan with 145 offensive yards and 7 first downs. They've had 2 big runs. They've had 2 runs of over 20 yards. That hasn't happened all season long. This rushing attack is coming alive. Chris Lane, thank you for the $2 super chat. OH-I-O. OHIO. I hope that Ohio State wins out and that Michigan wins out so we can reach 11-0 for the game. Wasn't Corum in cahoots with Stallions? Yeah, maybe Corum is like Skynet, and his mind just knows every Penn State play, and he has a photographic memory. I'm just joking. Spoiler, big run Blake. Jeff Sims coming in for a banged-up Harburg. Oh, no. Harburg's hurt, and Sims is in? That's not good. Nick Ma 7-1. Michigan's touchdown drive had a lot of great adjustments. Yeah, I think that they were, using more push and pull or pull and pin, as my friend calls it. He's better with formations than I am. But their offensive line, they were bringing in more complex plays for their offensive line and not just simple zone or man blocking. And I think that helped. And they also, outside runs, Michigan's testing the perimeter, and they're beating Penn State at the perimeter, which I thought if Michigan was going to be winning in the rushing attack, it'd be because eventually their interior would start to bully Penn State's undersized defensive tackles. Michigan's been getting a lot to the outside. They haven't been doing well on the interior of the field. Some other scores around college football. Jeff Sims is driving down the field. Nebraska's in Maryland territory, and they'll probably go for it here on this 4th and 2. Indiana's driving on Illinois. This is going to be a shootout here. And then across the country, Tulsa and Tulane are in a shootout. Kansas might finally score their first points on Texas Tech. Alabama's leading 21-7, though they might have to punt here. Is it just me, or does Alabama's defense seem somewhat fraudulent? Dare I say it? I think right now, Belisari, Michigan's fan base is the most obnoxious. I mean, the denial, this might get me some dislikes, but I don't care. The denial of cheating, it's ridiculous. I mean, Michigan obviously cheated. They gained an unfair advantage. The question, of course, is how much did that advantage help them? If Michigan is to, beat Penn State and beat Ohio State by double digits, then I think we can, I don't know. Okay, Michigan is inside the 25. come on, Michigan. I'd love for Michigan to get a touchdown here. I trust this team. And Donovan Edwards almost gets tackled for a loss. He does, but instead of it being a 5-yard tackle for loss, it was just a 2-yard tackle for loss. 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. A field goal here for Michigan's still a win. It gains them double digits against a Penn State defense that typically only allows 11 points per game. Any points for Michigan matter. If you're ahead, take the points unless it's like 4th and inches, 4th and 1. Because I don't trust Penn State to defend a 4th and 1. Blake Corum is back in. 2nd and 11 at the 22. Penn State is going to bring pressure. You can tell. And play action. McCarthy gets it off, completes it, but a nice tackle there by Penn State's Kevin Winston Jr. That was a beautifully drawn-up play, though. McCarthy was going to get pressure, but he got the ball off accurately. 3rd and 11 here for Michigan. Michigan's good at converting some of these third downs, though. Oh, yeah, the cheating helped Chris Lane. I will never deny that. It's just whether, like, it was the only reason they won the Big Ten or if it just assisted them in the fact that they were already the best team in the Big Ten. 9 seconds left on the play clock. It's loud. I don't want another timeout. I don't want a delay of game. 2 seconds left on the play clock. And a timeout by Michigan. This crowd noise, I don't like the use of 2 timeouts on this drive. Wow. Another ad... Are you kidding me? Another ad break? I can't do this. Whew. Another ad break. That's ridiculous. There's not much time left in this game, though. If Michigan can get a first down, wind down the clock, and they get the ball. No, Michigan doesn't get the ball to start second half. Penn State does. If you're Michigan, you want to enter halftime with a 2-score lead. And you really want to put pressure on Penn State to do something. So 7-3, 3rd 11 in Penn State territory. I don't know what else to say outside of that, really. O-line needs to give McCarthy time, yes. Penn State definitely has an advantage in terms of pass rush versus pass protection. Michigan for run blocking, I'd say Penn State's stopping Michigan in the run because they're blitzing. I think the run defense for Penn State and the rush offense for Michigan right now, in general, is a push, though I'd lean Michigan if I had to. College football addict early takeaways. Penn State is being too aggressive for their own good on defense. It's not working. The fact that they're allowing Michigan to run successfully on the outside is heresy, given Michigan's tackle issues. Michigan right now is just calling the better plays. I'm not really seeing too much. Of course, it's the first half. Like, even Minnesota could keep it within 21 points of Michigan in the first half. There's not too much of this massive difference in terms of physicality. Michigan is just calling the better plays, and they have the better quarterback. They have the more nimble, mobile quarterback, the more accurate quarterback. I'd also say Michigan has the better running backs. But in terms of, like, trench play, I'd say Michigan has the better defensive front. O-lines right now look relatively similar. We'll have to see how that goes for the rest of this game, though. Ja DeMan, getting rid of Gaddis was the right move. Bingo! This man deserves a cookie. Absolutely deserves a cookie. Nebraska's taking a timeout with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter. They're inside the Maryland 30 on a 4th and 2, so they could kick a field goal. They could go for it. They're in a position to possibly score. Indiana's up 21-12 on Illinois. They win this game. Maybe they go bowling. Okay, 6 minutes and 14 seconds left. Come on, Wolverines. Punch it in. Do not throw a pick. You need points here. The more points you put on Penn State, the more pressure you put on their offense. And Penn State's offense cannot score. They can't. They hand it off to Edwards, and Edwards is going to get a touchdown. Touchdown, Michigan, run on a 3rd and 11. What are you doing, Manny Diaz? 3rd and 11, touchdown run. What are you doing? That is nuts. Wow. I'm sorry if I'm passionate, but like, oh, people are saying signs again. We do not have, we don't have our sideline genius, and we don't have our head coach. We don't. Wow. Cameron 2K. Oh God. Yeah, that's right. Okay, 14-3. Michigan leading by 11 on the Nittany Lions on the road. Wow. Penn State. Wait, no. Penn State is being outcoached, but it shows they are not dominant with players. Yeah, they are being outcoached. Diaz is pulling a Don Brown. He's bringing man blitzes every play, and Michigan is just working him. And they're not being perfect on their tackles either. Wow. Yeah. Nick Ma 7-1. That was a great cutback by Edwards. It was. Edwards, I like how they're using him here. Wow. I hope that Penn State gets another 3 and out and Michigan scores points heading into the half. Wow. 14-3 up on Penn State. That's great. Oh, wow. So Michigan right now, 106 rushing yards. They're averaging 7.1 yards per rush. They have 2 rushing touchdowns. They're averaging over 7 yards per play, by the way, on this Penn State defense. Penn State, meanwhile, is averaging less than 4 yards per play. Whew, wow. Michigan's converted 2 third downs by running the football. That's not good. Those are play calls that a Jim Knowles defense, I think, would... If Jim Knowles wouldn't have fallen for that stuff, with at least the defense that he's running this year. Why are you saying game over? This game is far from over. Penn State can still score here. This is unless, of course, Drew Aller throws a pick 6. I might agree with you then. They're going to run. And Katron Allen. Wow. Katron Allen gets a big run on Michigan. So Penn State responds, getting into Michigan territory. Why do you say Michigan won? This game is not over yet. And Allen just broke off a 34-yard run, so Penn State got their own big play. Okay. Come on, Michigan, get a stop here. They're showing they're showing a 5-man defensive front for Michigan. 1st and 10 at the Michigan 41. Penn State, what they're going to want to do is get a touchdown and leave Michigan no time left to score. Gets about a gain of 4 inside the Michigan 40. That's encouraging, though, by Michigan being able to score that many points in the second quarter. Let's hope that they can dip some more. Yeah, that was a great block. Penn State's O-line is physical. They're not an elite O-line, but they're big. They have a size advantage on most defensive lines they're going to face all season long. 2nd and 6, Penn State's going tight in their own way. They motion out Theo Johnson into the backfield, likely as a blocker. They hand it off to Katron Allen again, but he just falls forward, gains only 1. 3rd and 5. I could see Penn State running it here to possibly set up a 4th down, but we'll see. Someone said, wow, PSU is dumb. What just happened? You all are ahead of me. Like, I'm reacting to this game a few seconds behind. 3rd and 5 for Penn State. Are they going to run it again here? Is that what you're saying? Yes, they run it again, and oh my gosh, TFL. 4th and 6. What are you doing? What is... And Penn State's crowd's booing them. Wow. Michigan dialed up pressure. They perfectly read it, and Rayshon Benny just got in there. It's a loss of 1 for Penn State. Will they go for it? Will they? And Penn State's offense is staying on the field. I'm going to sneak peek. I want to see what's going on. So, 4th down. Penn State 16 of 19 on 4th down. They're very good. They might try and hard count Michigan. That would not shock me whatsoever. Nope, timeout Penn State. They were trying to hard count Michigan. They might try for a long field goal, but man, Michigan right now is just manhandling this Penn State team. Wow, I don't know. I just think they don't trust Aller. They don't trust him to complete the football. Aller has not been able to pass. We are 60 seconds ahead. That's pathetic. Let me see if I can try and skip ahead. Wow. So Falcons is going to try and kick. Do they make it? I'm sneak peeking. I don't care. Oh no, good. They're passing. Wow, good pass. Are they gonna? They converted it, didn't they? Yeah, they did. They converted it. Darn it! Come on, this is ridiculous. That is a nice catch. Someone else just said go effing blue. Hopefully that means a good play happened. Robert Tisch. They're gonna go fast. Hopefully something bad happens. Singleton is just no space. But he gains about 3 or 4. Oh, that 4th down conversion's a killer. That means Penn State can double dip if they want, and they're just going to run it, try and get a touchdown before half. Come on. Like, are you serious? You let Penn State convert a 4th down pass? It's ridiculous. Okay, come on. Come on, Michigan. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. If Michigan can force a few incomplete passes, they might have some time to score. They run it again, and Allen is just stuffed. 3rd and 5. I understand what James Franklin wants to do. What Franklin wants to do is he wants to get within a score at half so that his offense can come out and tie the game. Okay. Drew Aller, 3rd and 5. 5 receivers. Keandre Lambert-Smith is out there along with his tight ends. Let's hope that Michigan's defense can get a turnover here. Although all of you were ahead of me. Aller. Another 3rd down that doesn't work. 4th down. Does Penn State kick the field goal or do they go for it? That's the question. Penn State's going to go for it again. Oh, I'm nervous because I'm so behind. Will they run? Will they pass? What will happen? Penn State calls a timeout. They're probably going to kick. Or they're going to try and dial up another play. Yeah, Joel Klatt, they get the ball to start half. So if you're Penn State... Penn State's 1 of 6 on 3rd down, guys. 1 of 6. Okay. Are they gonna will they kick the field goal? It looks like they're gonna go for it. Yup, they're gonna convert. They're gonna try to convert at least. I don't know if they do. They have that T formation. They're going to motion out. Will they run? Will they pass? They're going to halfback toss it for a pass. And Aller, oh my gosh, that's just annoying. Trick plays. Darn it. Gosh. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. No, why would you? Oh my gosh, how are they scoring? This is a strong Michigan defense. Is it a touchdown pass? Gosh, I hate this. They're going to throw a touchdown, aren't they? Yup, Drew Aller run for 11 yards. Gosh darn it. Gosh! They're going to double dip, aren't they? Oh, we're not going to score in 29 seconds either. Darn it. They're going for 2? Oh, they want to get momentum entering the half. They're going to get it, aren't they? Didn't convert. Oh, what are you doing? Why would you go for that and you don't convert it? Wow. That's a moment where you got to question their... Yeah, that was a bad pass, bad play too. So Penn State leaves points on the field. Well, at least you got to be happy about that. Yeah, Michigan got too comfortable. They're trying to defend the pass. That's something that I'm not a fan of with Jesse Minter right now, is they're trying to defend the pass. Yeah, I don't know why you went for it there. Oh my gosh, the spread was 4.5, wasn't it? That's funny. Okay, Michigan, if there's a way that you can score before halftime, I'll take it. Wow. Okay. Both teams are having success on the ground. Michigan with more success. Penn State's running the football more, though. Penn State has more plays, just not for as many yards. Michigan's getting some of those big plays. I wouldn't be shocked if Michigan just ran it to enter the half. But they're up by 5 points. That's good. Entering the half, you have a lead. You're on the road. You've been able to run and take advantage of this defense. I don't know why Penn State went for 2 there. If you're going for 2, what you're telling me is you don't trust yourself to get a touchdown again. Halftime. Okay. So Michigan's just going to run it entering the half. Gain of 4. Okay. So both teams are literally going to be equal in TOP entering the half. Okay. Whew. Okay, I'm going to get another glass of water. I'm nervous. I have faith in my team, but I don't know exactly if they're going to win. Because that was just, you need to stop Penn State on those 4th downs. But they're down at halftime. Okay. Penn State needs to stop these play calls. I mean, now you're down by 5. And now if let's say you get a touchdown out of the half, you have to go for 2 to take that 3-point lead. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm nervous. I'm going to get a drink of water, go for an ad break, and then we will do some trivia. We'll look at who has more bowl wins, do all these great things. Okay. We knew at some point, though, Penn State was going to score a touchdown. I predicted Michigan 34, Penn State 13. That can still happen. Michigan, right, and they had the stronger second quarter performance. Penn State just was able to go on a long drive, convert on 2 fourth downs, confuse Michigan, but Penn State's bringing out everything, and they're down by 5 at home. I'm going to get a drink of water, and then I'll be back. See you guys soon. Penn State would be leading if not for their over-aggressive defense.
still rooting for Penn State?
What Ben's going? I'll have one after the game. What that game, what him going for two says is I don't trust my offense to score touchdowns. Yeah, and Michigan running on third down and converting it was just ridiculous. Well, hopefully we can continue our success. Okay. Okay, and we're back. So, halftime thoughts, and then we'll get into trivia. Oh, Andrew says, I hope the blue team wins. You're a troll, and that's funny. Penn State had to convert 2 fourth downs in a trick play just to score a touchdown. I like Michigan's chances. Yeah, unless Michigan melts down from the but that's the thing about Penn State. They're very good at being methodical. What you want is Penn State in 4th and long, because then they won't convert. But 4th and medium, 4th and short, they're very good at converting. I mean, Penn State's a perfect offense, if you only care about being methodical and playing complementary football. They're literally... What Penn State football is they are the ceiling of what a Kirk Ferentz team could be. That's what they are. Kirk Ferentz wants to have an elite defense, great special teams, and he wants a good offense. He just doesn't want an offense. He wants an offense that can chew the clock and that makes short plays, because he believes that explosive offenses will wreck defenses. Penn State is the embodiment of that, with 4-star and some 5-star talent, and they've maximized their scheme. That's why they're in this game. I mean, think of Michigan, Iowa last year, where, no, I think this is a very similar game to that, except that Penn State has enough of a pulse of an offense to where they're not down by double digits at half. They're just down by a score. If this game is close in the fourth quarter, Michigan will get jobbed by the refs. No. Michigan should run more of those uber-heavy sets they were running effectively with it. I think they will. I don't know. With those outside runs, with the quarterback runs, and with some of their rollout passes, I think Penn State's defense is going to have to get spread. They're going to get spread around the field. Michigan's defense, I don't know why Michigan's defense is spread around the field. That's why Aller scored on that TD run. They had 4 down linemen and 1 middle linebacker. That was all that was in the box. Michigan should blitz. Michigan, in a sense, should be running... Well, that's not true, because then they'll get burned by Singleton and Allen. They should be running a slightly more conservative edition of whatever defense Penn State is using and just blitz every time, but make sure to have some players on the outside. Because Penn State cannot pass. I mean, they've only had 4 pass completions all day. They're 4 of 8 for 35 yards. They're averaging 4.4 yards per pass attempt. Now, Michigan only has 8 attempts, but they have 7 completions. And they're averaging 7.5 yards per pass attempt. They're not passing a lot, but they're passing well. Penn State's not passing a lot, and they're not passing well either. So, halftime takeaways are Michigan looks like the better team. If nothing changes in a large way, Michigan should win this game. They look like the better team. They are the better team. They have the better players. I mean, they're running for more yards per carry. They're passing for more yards per attempt. Michigan, so far, they've given up 2 fourth downs. They've nearly had a turnover, and they've had more penalties, and yet they're still up by 5. So if Michigan can just become more disciplined and more fundamental, they could pull away in the second half. But we'll have to see. Again, we will have to see. Reminder, 2 of James Franklin's top 10 wins, both came in 2016, were comeback wins. Those were games where Penn State was down at halftime. They were down big, in fact, at some point during the game, and Penn State was able to rally. So let's see if James Franklin picks up his 3rd top 10 win where he was down at the half. In terms of passing time, though, and doing trivia, let's get to that. SFS inverted, this is why I love college football, Sam. Well, Michigan would pass more if JJ had time, and if the run game wasn't as successful as it is. And Michigan's having success with passes. They've had like 3 or 4 first downs gained by passing the football. Michigan has a terrifying offense when we're good at adjusting at halftime. Penn State was up last year, and see what happened. Do you think Michigan will try a heavy play action pass? Yes. And I think it'll go through a big gain, or it will go through some kind of gain. Just hashtag justice for cheaters. No comment. It doesn't matter if JJ is sharp. If Barnhart is going to look out and not block for him every play. I think that's what you were trying to say. Okay. Let's talk about trivia. In this series, who has the larger margin of victory over the other? Both teams have put 40 burgers on the opponent. Both teams have also held the other opponent to less than 20 while putting up a 40 burger. Does Penn State or Michigan have the larger margin of victory over the other in terms of, like, which has the best blowout performance? Like, who had the biggest beatdown over the other? Penn State, no, Zach Scout, and no college football addict. It's actually Michigan. Michigan beat Penn State 49-10 in 2016. That was their biggest win of the series. Penn State's biggest win of the series was 46-17 in 2008. Who has the longer win streak between the two schools? Who's won the most consecutive games in a matchup between each other? Both have had eras where they've dominated each other, by the way, for context. Cryo, so we need to stop having our right tackle being abused by Chop Robinson. I agree. Him being in this game is big for Chop Robinson. I would have been much more confident in my 34-13 pick if he wasn't healthy, but we want players to be healthy. The reason I picked that score is I just look statistically, and Michigan is they're the better team analytically, and right now they're playing like the better team. Michigan in the 90s, bingo, you're correct. Michigan had a 9-game win streak from 1997 to 2007. Penn State had a 4-game win streak from 2008 to 2013. The reason Alabama is beating Kentucky is because they got a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and they've also had 2 deep passes. Maryland leads Nebraska 7-0 at the half. I wonder how they got that touchdown. Oh, it was a 16-yard pass, 2 plays, 69-yard drive in 33 seconds. That's painful. That's very painful. Maryland leads Nebraska 7-0. Texas Tech leads Kansas 10-0 at the half. Jason Bean is hurt. Wow. Oh, yeah, he's... Oh, that sucks. It's a bad injury. And Kansas tried to go for it on 4th and goal and was stopped. With that injury and their third stringer Cole Ballard starting, I wouldn't be shocked if Kansas loses. 27-25, Indiana over Illinois, likely entering the half. John Paddock, Illinois' quarterback, has 316 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, only 1 interception. And Virginia Tech recovered an onside kick over Boston College. Brent Pry, love him. Virginia Tech's blowing out BC 31-7 at the half. Okay, some more trivia questions. Who has been in more bowl games? Both have had more than 40 bowl appearances. Between Penn State and Michigan, who has attended more bowl games? Lath Musa, can we get a stop on 4th down? Well, the first one was just a beautiful pass to Caden Saunders from Lambert Smith. They have a good connection. The second 4th down was a trick play. So Penn State is using more of their playbook than Michigan. Oh my gosh, broken tackles caused Maryland to lead Nebraska at the half, and a busted coverage. That's not good. Who has more bowl appearances between the Wolverines and the Nittany Lions? Let me know. Someone said Michigan. That's incorrect. SFS inverted. You're correct. It's Penn State. Penn State has 52 bowl appearances. Michigan only has 50. Only 50. Okay, this one. Who has more Heisman winners? And I should turn these trivia questions into polls. Awesome Lawson clips, but all of the good questions I've already asked. Do I get an OSU jersey for winning? Did I say you would? I remember telling someone that I would get them something if, whatchamacallit, like if they got a prediction correct over me that I thought was nuts. I hope that Michigan pulls away. Someone asked me earlier in the chat if they think Michigan will pull away. My answer right now, I need to see the first drives of both of these teams out of the half, then I can answer that question. Michigan outscoring Penn State 14-6 in that second quarter. Pretty good, though. Penn State has 9 first downs to Michigan's 8. Penn State only has a 2-second possession advantage. Michigan has 170 total yards to Penn State's 142. What's helped Michigan is they've scored 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Penn State scored a field goal, a touchdown, and they went for 2. See, this is what happens. James Franklin gets a touchdown from being aggressive, and that's good, but then he dives too into the aggression, and you're down by 5 instead of being down by 4. And now if you get a touchdown out of the half, you have to go for 2 again to gain that field goal lead, to gain that cushion. But Penn State going for 2, I think, implies that they don't have faith they can get more than maybe one more touchdown. Michigan, meanwhile, has already scored 2. I'm hoping it would be awesome if Michigan can hold this Penn State offense to 9 points. I'm expecting that Penn State will score, whether it's another field goal, either 3 to 10 more points is how much more I think Penn State will score in this game. For Michigan, I'd be inclined to say 10 to 17 more points, just from what I know right now. That's not me selling on my prediction, and I said that this would be a close game at half, but I'm nervous. I'm pretty emotional. Just is what it is. Michigan's given a 66.6% chance to win, according to FPI, and also according to FPI, they've been controlling the game rather well. 27-26 is the score at halftime between Indiana and Illinois. That is an absolute shootout. Let me check my Patreon. I'm pretty sure I picked the over in that game because I didn't like the defenses. By the way, join my Patreon via the pinned comment, the link in the pinned comment, if you want to support the channel. It's better than Super Chat because, pardon me, Patreon only takes about 15 to 18% of paid revenue. YouTube takes around half from Super Chat. No, I did not pick the over-under in that game. I picked the under for Nebraska versus Maryland, which will age extremely well. What did I pick the over for? Oh, USC at Oregon and Rutgers at Iowa I picked the over for. Those are the games I picked the over in. We have 133 concurrent viewers and 38 likes. Let's try and get to 100 likes by the end of the video. And let's reach, I don't know how many subscribers. We have, or we've gained. Let's just see. We're at 12,635. Let's get to 12,700 by the end of today. And let's have a great game. A really great game. By the way, did you guys like my 5 reasons video? Like giving reasons why Penn State will win, reasons why Michigan will win, so on and so forth. Blake is the touchdown merchant. Yes, he is, and he's already crossed. He's crossed 60 yards, and he has a touchdown, so he's going to have 17 rushing touchdowns at the end of the day and break 700 rushing yards. Unless he's tackled for loss a multitude of times. We've crossed 40 likes. This is awesome. Michigan is winning no matter what. Do not say that. Don't do it. Nothing is guaranteed until the clock hits 0. That was a pretty soft PI call on Will Johnson. He did have his hand on the back, yes. Did he stop him from moving? No. He did push him down, and the ball was catchable. It was another inaccurate throw by Aller, but it wasn't, it was a catchable pass. Michigan is on the road against another blue blood. They're probably not going to get as many bad calls, or they're going to get more calls on them than usual, because we all know that bias exists, and I've seen Michigan get away with some blatant calls this season. You're not going to get away with calls against Penn State. You're not. You're just not going to. Nice beard, Sam. Bush's Baked Beans. I haven't seen you in a long time, but I remember that account because you commented, and I laughed my butt off seeing that account. Wow. Sam, I really love your reporting, play-by-play style. You are hands down my favorite college football analyst. I like your non-arrogant, honest reporting. Thank you, Robert Tisch. I hope that Michigan wins, and I'm not gonna come on and say, oh, like, you know, and be all arrogant, but I will appropriately rip whoever loses this game. Michigan, I don't think, has any business losing, though at the same time, if James Franklin loses, this is just another game where he had a chance and just didn't handle it properly. Okay, so Michigan kicks off. Both teams are outscoring opponents 211-0 in the third quarter. Okay, Penn State, they're down by 5. They've been able to run the football, not as successfully as Michigan. But let's see what Penn State can do on their first drive. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous. I am. 1st and 10. We have 30 minutes of game left. What will Michigan and Penn State do? And Penn State will run with a hole. They tried to strip the ball from Nicholas Singleton, but he held on to it. Makari Page with the tackle, gain of 5 for Penn State. Michigan's being conservative. Joel Klatt just brought up a good point that all of Penn State's first down plays have been rushes so far. I wonder if they're trying to, get Michigan to bite so they can get a big pass play. Because Penn State has not thrown the ball downfield at all this game. They have not been aggressive. And they're going to run the football again, and Singleton is going to be tackled for a loss. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. There's about a half-yard loss. So 3rd and 5. So Michigan had an extra defensive lineman there. Penn State could have passed. Maybe could have drawn up something creative, just a straight run. Aller now, 3rd and 5. Will they run him again? I'm nervous here, guys. Like, I'm literally panicking. Aller, he's going to run, and Michigan does not have a spy on him, so Michigan's being too conservative defensively. Wow. They only brought 3, though. Like, why are you going into max protect? They can't throw. I don't know what you're doing. I think they're afraid of the big play. I feel like Michigan's playing a little afraid. Now they're going to stack the box. Play clock down to 6. Keandre Lambert-Smith motions in to make the formation tight. Play action. Aller lofts it, and Singleton gets about a gain of 6. So a pass play on first down for a gain of 6 here. Penn State is going to want to run. They're going to want to chew clock. If Michigan, I'm just hoping and praying you can force a field goal, get a pick, do something. Again, Michigan's without their head coach. So in a close game, that makes me nervous. Oh, you said ankle-breaking juke by Aller. 3rd and 2. Nicholas Singleton run for a 2-yard gain. I think I'm now caught up with you guys, but I don't know. 3rd and 2, unless there's a sack here, or maybe a TFL, I think Penn State will go for it. I think they're going to be very aggressive. They want to win. They can very easily go 3 of 3. Tyler Warren motions inside. This is a quarterback run. And he fumbles! Fumble! Michigan has the football! Drew Aller, oh my gosh, you cannot do that. Wow! Yes! Sorry if that blew out anyone's eardrums. That's horrible. Like, if you're a Penn State fan, I feel bad for you. That was, wow. But he held it with one hand. He tried to stiff arm to gain some extra yardage. And that was just perfect. So Michigan now, Penn State's the team that typically wins the turnover battle. Michigan had a fumble earlier, but they recovered it. Now Michigan recovering a fumble on what would have been a critical drive for Penn State. That was right there. That was 3 minutes and 20 seconds just wiped off the clock for nothing to give Michigan good field position. Drew Aller did his best Jeff Sims impression, says Michael Valadez. Well, Aller is 4 of 8 for 37 yards. He has 7 carries for 39 and a touchdown, and he has a fumble. So he's turned over the football. Now Michigan has the ball in Penn State territory, or at the 50 at least. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping Michigan can punch it in here. Wow. Okay. That... Whew. It's still 7-0 Maryland over Nebraska. Just the beginning of the third quarter. Games across the country. Alabama 28-7 at halftime over Kentucky. Kansas 4th and 2 at their own 18. They're going to have to punt it back to Texas Tech. Tulane's up 21-10 on Tulsa at the beginning of the third quarter. Let me see some other games just across the ACC. Clemson's up 21-7 on Georgia Tech. Too many people were betting Georgia Tech. I looked at that game. Didn't think it was good to pick the Yellow Jackets there. Kate Klubnik's playing well. Army's beating Holy Cross. South Carolina's shutting out Vanderbilt. Liberty is shutting out Old Dominion. Those are the scores around the country. If Michigan can get a touchdown here, and this is why going for 2 was a dumb idea. Michigan gets a touchdown here. They have a 2-touchdown lead. If you kicked that field goal, Penn State would have only had to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion and a field goal to tie it up. That 1 point can make that big of a difference. Why did you do that, James Franklin? I have no freaking clue. I'm still nervous, though. Game's not over yet. If Michigan scores a touchdown, I don't know if Penn State has the ability to catch up. We can see that. Michigan Joy is so awful, he even crossed out the M. Okay, so Michigan now, 1st and 10 at the Penn State 49. Penn State's defense has been put in some tough positions here. Michigan will run it with Corum. Corum gets about a gain of 2. Deeper into Penn State territory. Now Michigan can wipe away some of that clock. Rest their defense, who just came up with a big stop. 50 likes, guys. Thank you so much for sending all the likes and love my way. Okay, Cologne Mullings is in at running back. Aller fumbling that football. He's frustrated. I wouldn't be shocked if he came out and made some big plays. Okay, J.J. McCarthy. And he takes it. McCarthy. It'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. That was a nice pull by McCarthy on the read option. So McCarthy's legs being a factor in this game. Michigan 3rd and 2 at the Penn State 41. Is Michigan bringing in an extra offensive lineman? I don't know, but I think they're bringing in tight ends. Multiple tight ends here. 3rd and 2. I guarantee you Michigan will go for it here if they don't get it. If it's a 4th and 2. Penn State is in goal line. Michigan heavy. And Corum gets it. Gain of 3. That interior offensive line pushed Penn State's interior D-line. It's the opposite, though, at edge. Penn State has an advantage over Michigan at tackle. They do not have that same advantage on the interior, where number 78, not Christopher Hinton, but Miles Hinton, was thinking of his brother, just pushed over. So 1st and 10 at the Penn State 38. Michigan can now lean on the clock, melt the game away. A field goal here is still something because Penn State has to get a 2-point conversion to tie it up, but hopefully a touchdown is what Michigan has. Corum, gain of 2. Blake Corum, the ball carrier. 2nd and 8 at the Penn State 36. Okay, come on, Michigan. So Michigan is actually they're actually following my predictions somewhat. They're able to run the football. And McCarthy's not having to carry this team right now. It's concerning on one hand because I don't think Ohio State's defense is going to allow some of these plays. Michigan motions out. They were bunch and tight. Now they're not. They hand it off with Corum. Nice block. Blake Corum, gain of 7, 3rd and 1, inside the Penn State 30. So Corum might break 100 yards this game. Okay, come on, convert this. Michigan's melting that clock away, and I love it. Convert, continue to melt away the clock. I don't think he got it. I don't think Corum got it. I think he got like maybe a foot. If you're Michigan, do you go for it? I think you do. Now, if Michigan fails here, it's frustrating. I'll probably yell. But they got to turn over, they got to stop, and they themselves melted off clock. So that's just a split. Yeah, Corum should have jumped over the pile. But Michigan now, they're a little closer. Okay, Michigan, come on. Convert this. Less than 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And he gets the first down. Oh my gosh, what an incredible move by J.J. McCarthy. What an incredible move. Michigan converts the 4th down. That is awesome. And Penn State defended that as well as they could. It was a pass. The problem is Penn State, they read it perfectly, but McCarthy is just too nimble. I mean, that's like a Stetson Bennett move from last year where this isn't an insult. He's like a weasel. You just can't stop his scrambling. He's just very slick. Michigan now at the Penn State 20. They hand it off to Donovan Edwards. Edwards gets about a gain of 2 or 3. I think 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. Michigan continues to melt away that clock. They're in the red zone of Penn State now. Michigan's melted off close to 5 minutes of clock away. Hopefully they can get a touchdown here. Pick 6 needed? No. 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 Please no. Please no. Please no. No pick 6. Please. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Penn State is just going to dare. McCarthy with the read option. And McCarthy gets a first down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for Michigan. And Penn State wants a hold. That's not... That is a hold, yeah. Nearly a face mask by Johnny Dixon, too. That was a bad call. Franklin wants it. That was a hold. But you're not going to get the perfect call. In the same way that Michigan, with their pass interference, it's close. And Edwards is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Donnie Dennis Sutton. Wow. Great play. Penn State there finally got through. 2nd and goal at the Penn State 12. Michigan's, like, they're melting away the clock here. Penn State's defense has got to be tired. There was a hold that wasn't called during the Penn State touchdown. Come on, convert. Michigan motions out their extra offensive linemen. They're going bunch heavy. I wouldn't be shocked if they pass here. No, Corum runs it. Very conservative play call. Gain of 2, gain of 3. They just wanted to test and see what happened. But they're chewing the clock. This Penn State defense is tired, and Michigan's been moving on them. Michigan's broke 200 total yards. They have 11 first downs. They're going to have more than 20 minutes of possession after this drive, no matter what happens. If you're Penn State, you need that field goal. A touchdown here just kills you. Michigan. Edwards. Oh my gosh. Another 3rd and goal. But he got inside the 5. And Penn State almost surrendered another touchdown. I mean, Penn State's playing man. They're playing man, and Michigan is just abusing it to no end. You just kick the chip shot field goal here, though. You've chewed even more clock off with that run. You've compressed the field, so... Okay, Michigan's going to attempt the field goal. Come on. 22-yarder. Do not shank it. If you shank it, I will be mad. It's not the end of the world, though. And good. Michigan takes a 17-9 lead. And Michigan has a 5-minute possession advantage after that drive, and they get points. That's awesome. So Penn State now, you got to get a touchdown. I mean, you can get a field goal, but Michigan has just been able to work on the ground. This game, though, is definitely hitting the under because Michigan feels like they can run. This honestly looks like 2022 Michigan. They're running for 5.5 yards per carry. They have 2 rushing touchdowns. They have 155 rushing yards, and they have 28 carries with only 8 passing attempts. Michigan is not passing the ball whatsoever. Penn State has now given up 3rd quarter points. That's awesome. If Michigan can continue their 3rd quarter shutout, that's impressive. Penn State, their 3rd quarter shutout, zippo. See, now if James Franklin didn't go for that, again, that 2-point conversion can be killer. If Penn State loses by 2, which is possible given the current score, even if they win, we'll all be saying, what were you doing on that 2-point conversion? Like, what were you doing? Michigan's defense has got to feel confident, though. They've stopped Penn State a variety of times. They've got a turnover. They've held Penn State to 166 yards, and I don't know. Let's look at games across the country. There will be a quick ad break being taken. We'll be right back. Nerve-wracking game. Oh, come on. Okay, I think we're back by now. I'm really hoping that Michigan in the 4th quarter, puts together a big drive and they're able to score a touchdown and, potentially put this game away. That's what I'm hoping for. But good on James Turner making his extra points and kicking field goals. Michigan's special teams this game has been good, and that's a good sign. So I'm just nervous again. But they've tried to run Aller, and I wonder how the staff is going to react to that fumble. Like, that is fascinating to me. In the Big Ten, Nebraska 3rd and goal at the Maryland 1. They'll probably score here. And it's just the start of the 3rd quarter. Come on, Michigan. I have faith in you. 53 combined runs and 17 combined passes. And Penn State's the more pass-heavy team naturally compared to Michigan. Michigan runs the ball at a higher percentage than Penn State. So Michigan's playing the game they want to play. And they're taking another ad break, of course. This is very similar play calling that we saw Michigan make in the Bowling Green game. Yeah, minus the mistakes. And it was really the mistakes that were killer. I mean, the play calling wasn't amazing in that game, But if Sherrone Moore can get this win, Sherrone Moore will have a win against a top 10 opponent. That'll be awesome. Good for him. I hope that Michigan hangs on and wins. Michigan right now, 215 total yards, 11 first downs, 23 minutes and 3 seconds of possession. Penn State, on the other hand, 166 total yards, 1 turnover, 10 first downs, 18 minutes and 21 seconds of possession. Michigan still has more penalties, but both teams are playing relatively disciplined, with only 3 combined penalties for 17 combined yards. All right, come on, Michigan. Get a turnover. Get a turnover. Pick 6. So much for that offense. Ohio State only scored 20 against this defense, and Michigan's offense is on the road. So are they doing maybe are they playing as well as maybe I thought in terms of points scored, Bilal? No. But in terms of, working this defense, I'm happy so far with what I'm seeing. If this continues, Michigan will get over 300 yards. They'll score over 20 points. And this is in a top 10 matchup against one of the best defenses in the country. I think this game proves that OSU versus Michigan will be a good game. Amen. I love that SFS inverted. TD Nebraska, says Michael Valadez. That's awesome. Go Big Red. I picked Nebraska to win. I'm hoping they can hold on. And that crowd now with some juice is going to be really much in this game. Okay, we're going to be back here in just a little bit. Remember, Michigan led by 8 points, though, in 2021, and then Penn State got a touchdown. Although that was 14-6, 17-9. Wow. Okay, now I'm behind. I'm behind, apparently, in this game because Katron Allen just ran for 5 yards. Yeah, I'm behind. Katron Allen. So Penn State's running somewhat successfully. How behind am I, by the way? Because I just saw on my TV Katron Allen run for a 5-yard gain. $17 to 9. Come on, Michigan. You only have a 1-score lead. Make it 2 scores. A field goal is good, but a field goal is not going to put this game away. Penn State's chewing clock, so I think they have faith that they have something cooked up here. They want to respond with their own clock-chewing drive. Katron Allen got stopped at the line of scrimmage, but then bulldozed forward for a gain of 2. 3rd and 3. Okay, come on. Pick 6, please. Although Penn State doesn't throw much, Aller rarely turns it over. Okay, come on. 4th down stop. Force a punt. Force a punt. Drive down. And Penn State's not worried. Come on. 5 wide. Will they take a timeout? Because Penn State now knows there's pressure coming. Oh, come on. They got Tyler Warren for the 1st down. So Penn State's better at converting those 3rd downs than they were. They're playing a better game offensively. Okay, no huddle for Penn State. They're getting quick to the line. They want to control possession, though. Penn State wants to regain that TOP. That's why they're going so slowly. But Michigan looks willing. Oh, dropped. Almost caught, but dropped. Will Johnson with perfect coverage on Lambert Smith. 2nd and 10. That stops the clock. Penn State's now a little off schedule. Aller's now 5 of 10 for 43 yards. It was a good throw. Actually, it was a mediocre throw. Wasn't horrid. But Aller, I'm hoping Michigan can get some kind of pressure. What play call did they run a quarterback draw? Yeah. Theo Johnson gain of 2, so now it's 3rd and long for Penn State. Let's see if they can convert. Okay, hopefully Penn State has to punt here. I do not. Penn State's been decent on 3rd down. Good? No. Decent? Yes. Obvious passing situation. The box is light again. I don't like that. But I get it. Michigan's being conservative here. And Tyler Warren's going to motion out as a protection guy. And 4th and 3. So will Penn State go for it? They might go for it. Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it? They're going to go for it. Did they get it? They're probably going to get it. Oh, what? Wait. Look out. I think that's a mismatch right there at the top of the screen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Timeout, Penn State. Oh my gosh. You don't want to use that timeout if you're Penn State, because now, again, wow. Oh my gosh, Tua turned the ball over. That's a funny roast. Yeah, if you're Penn State, taking that timeout's horrible, because that means Michigan has an opportunity to take, if Michigan's in control of this game in the 4th quarter, you just took 40 seconds off of a potential game-tying drive or a stop. Let's see. Wow. Oh, and Maryland got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So Nebraska in prime position here. In prime position. Aller is 7 of 12 for 51 yards. Oh my gosh. I hope they don't get it. When Michigan attacks the line, they stop this offense. When they don't, they get punched in the gut. Agreed. Aller is able to make some good throws, so I'm just curious. But with a total of 15 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game, a fail on 4th down here is going to be hard to bounce back from. I'm nervous, though. My heart's beating. Because I could see Penn State converting this 4th down. Wow. That timeout, it's another James Franklin moment. Granted, Michigan's had their own moments where, like, they allowed that trick play. They allowed the, what's his name, Caden Saunders to get open. And Michigan's had their own big plays allowed. So this isn't a perfect coaching job by either team. Whatever you say. But a 4th down stop here is huge, because then Penn State's a 4th down stop could be the dagger. Could be. Exotic_T, fire Penn State's OC. Exotic_T is one of my more favored commenters because his comments are funny. He used to have a profile photo of a guy screaming that I thought was pretty cool. Big Ohio State fan. Nebraska will definitely get a field goal out of this at minimum. This could be where PSU just PSU things. Let's see, though. Let's see. Every time I try and fast forward, I think I put myself further behind. So I'm going to exit out of the app. Punt. Oh, and you said fantastic punt. Okay, so Penn State decides to punt this football. A forced punt. That's great. What is it, inside the 10? So they wasted a timeout to punt the ball. Oh my gosh. Wow, down at the 2. So Michigan's got to be careful here. You have an 8-point lead. This is an opportunity for Michigan to just wear down the clock. Wow. Beautiful punt. At the 3. Yup. 12 seconds remaining. Penn State has 21 minutes and 45 seconds of possession, so Michigan still has that possession advantage. If they can run here, if they can run on this Penn State defense and get some space, I wouldn't be surprised to see Michigan take a shot. I'd hate, though, for Penn State to get a safety here. I'd hate that. And they're going to quarterback sneak, and Michigan got a gain of 2 or maybe 3 on that QB sneak. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 17-9. So Michigan preserving their shutout streak in the third quarter. They're up by 8 entering the fourth. Good performance. Okay, we're going to take another commercial break. I am going to get some more water. Really, for Penn State, if they lose this game, the talk is going to be, what were the play calls? Like, take the PAT and trust your defense. Because your defense, I mean, Michigan holding a team to 17 points is... Well, the talk's really going to be about their offense if they lose this game. Because Michigan was not playing this phenomenal game defensively. That's going to be the talk. The talk for Michigan if they lose will be, how do you blow this lead on the road? I'm reloading YouTube TV, and we're going to take a commercial break right now. I'll be back very shortly. All right, we're at 57 likes. That's phenomenal. Oh, don't mean to do that. We've crossed 12,640 subscribers. That's great. Didn't mean to shake my desk there. Brief reminder as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. That way you can get notified when I stream these matchups. And check out my Patreon page via the link in the pinned chat. That way if you want to support the channel. And also get some bonus content. My power rankings should be out this week. I don't know if they're going to, but I think definitely by the Ohio State week they'll be out. And that will be very good. I do have to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna wait until until a commercial break comes on. Alrighty. Yeah, Patreon page is great. I posted this morning some pics of mine for today. So far, the Big Ten ones, Michigan can still win. I picked Indiana money line. I don't actually bet. This is just me seeing how accurate I am against the spread and like picking who's going to win games. I'm very confident that Rutgers is going to win. Nebraska with a 10-7 lead in the middle of the third quarter. Michigan already starting the fourth quarter just shows how, this game's going. Michigan right now 17-6 scoring run since the second quarter. Come on, Michigan. They're at the 5. Michigan's run it on 15 consecutive plays, and that doesn't suit well to Penn State's defense. Okay, come on. Corum with a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 6, so there's some space for McCarthy to pass without getting sacked for a safety. Penn State's going to get good field position. This is the game they want to play here. 3rd down. Michigan 4 of 8 on 3rd down. Penn State 3 of 10. Come on, Michigan. Oh my gosh. Okay, Edwards is in the game as running back. Penn State's not playing very aggressive in the box. Okay. Michigan will probably have to take a timeout here. Michigan got a timeout. So both teams without their first timeout. You're seeing the crowd affect McCarthy. You're just seeing a lot of different things. Let JJ throw something other than a screen pass. Another commercial. Oh my god. Says SFS inverted. It's so annoying that they keep interrupting my commercials with the Michigan Penn State game. That's funny. It's a good point. Okay. Ooh. Third and 6 at their own 7. If Michigan converts this first down, that's big. That's like big time. I'm nervous. I'm just telling you that right now. I am nervous. Whew. Come on. Come on, Corum, Edwards, whoever you are. Michigan, please. Oh, wow. I'm nervous. 14 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. We're ticking down to that fourth quarter. I'm hoping Michigan wins. Michigan's given an 80% chance to win according to FPI right now. They've essentially controlled the game since the second quarter. Let's see what they can do here. Come on. Whew, just ad after ad after ad. It's just not good. This game will probably be over by 3, maybe 3:15. Maybe it goes into overtime. Who knows? And we're back. Pacific Life being on the screen. Wow. Okay. I'm probably behind here. Oh, I said I'd go to the bathroom at the next commercial break, and then I forgot. Because I have so much anxiety. Come on! Can Michigan convert and keep their drive alive? Chop Robinson chewing his mouth guard. Michigan looks a little rattled here. Penn State, they don't want to fall for that run. Hand off to Edwards, and Edwards is short. He's short. He's a yard short. Darn it, that was a good call. Wow, 4th and 1, so close. So close. But 4th and 1, Michigan, They have a chance to get a good punt, though Daquan Hardy could totally return this for 6. But there's holding. There's holding. Holding on Penn State. Wow. That gives Michigan's defense. Yup, holding on Penn State. Yep, good. Penn State's going to get it at like their own 20. So flipping the field didn't work out for Penn State. They're going to have to go on a legitimate drive. That 4th and 1, Michigan's running a lot on 3rd down, and Penn State nearly falls for it. Yup, 1st and 10 at the Penn State 28. 13 minutes and 17 seconds left. You got to wonder, for Penn State, I don't know. Let's just hope. The pressure's on Aller's shoulders now. Let's see what Michigan can do. What Penn State can do, rather. Aller is going to pass. Nice deflection by Mike Sainristil still. Well, was it offsides? There's a flag. Yup, offsides. Michigan. Gosh darn it. No, no. Oh my gosh. It just can't give... It can't... All right. Come on, guys. 1st and 5. 13 minutes, 12 seconds. And they'll hand it off to Singleton. Singleton gets about a gain of 1 or 2. 2nd 4, 2nd and 3. And Singleton has not been able to bust through any runs at all. Katron Allen still leads the team in rushing yards. 9 carries, 55 yards. Singleton has 12 carries for 39. Singleton this year, I'm telling you, Katron Allen's the better running back. Penn State should be using him in these short situations. If they run Allen every time on this series, they will pick up at least one. They'll pick up the 1st down here because Allen's a bulldozer. Tyler Warren motioning back in. Flea flicker. Aller pressured and has to throw it away. And will he be called for intentional grounding? I think they'll call intentional grounding on him. They might. Yup, intentional grounding on Aller. Flea flicker, but he did not have the protection to execute. Now it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 16. Now they're 3rd and 16 at their own 22. Michigan getting pressure. It's number 33 for Michigan, number 32, Jalen Harrell, the breakout player, the senior. He made up for that offsides penalty for sure by now forcing Penn State's own penalty. 3rd and 13 at the 25, correction. Michigan's playing press. They're being rather aggressive. I don't necessarily like that, but maybe they don't trust Aller to connect. Singleton. One-on-one. Incomplete. No chance. And Penn State will have to punt it away. Wow. Okay, Michigan, get a touchdown. If you get a touchdown here and bring the clock to under 7 minutes, Penn State will have to get out of character. They'll have to. Wallace had good contact, but that ball was almost thrown out of bounds. That would have had to be an acrobatic catch. Riley Thompson with the punt. Jake Thaw. First and 10 at Michigan 31, so Michigan with decent field position. And Penn State there. No, the crowd's not a non-factor, I don't think. Well, actually, that's a lie. They are a little deflated. It's not as loud as it was in 2021. Yeah. Jake Thaw. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Only 12 minutes and 11 seconds left in this matchup. Michigan functioning like a boa constrictor. Penn State has not scored. They haven't scored for the whole 17 minutes and 49 seconds since halftime. Michigan's at least gotten a field goal and a drive. And a drive that had 8 minutes of clock melted off. I'd love for Michigan to get a touchdown here. If Michigan is to be a national championship team, you get a touchdown here. Like, you put this game out of reach before the clock hits 0. Against a Penn State team that, frankly, they've executed well at running the football. I mean, they've done a serviceable job. Kansas, by the way, finally got a touchdown. They're only trailing by 6. Texas Tech 13, Kansas 7. Maryland is a 4th and 1 at the Nebraska 17. Oh, come on. Kentucky is playing better. Yeah, they've scored 14 on Alabama. And it looks like Alabama might have to punt the ball back to them. I mean, so far I'd be more impressed with Michigan's performance than Alabama's. But that's, of course, if Michigan holds on to win. Tulane is up 21-13, but Tulsa is driving on them. Colorado and Arizona are tied 7-7 in the first quarter. Indiana, Illinois is still 27-26 in the middle of the third quarter. Oh, come on. Come on, Michigan. And we're back. Okay, so Michigan, 4 of 9 on third down. Penn State, 3 of 11. Both are 100% on fourth down efficiency. Penn State's only averaging 3.9 yards per pass attempt. They're averaging more yards per run attempt than they are pass attempt. Come on. Okay, 1st and 10. Come on, Michigan. Take advantage. Get a few first downs. If you get a field goal here, you have a 2-score lead. So just get a field goal. I'd love to see you get a touchdown. A field goal's good enough. Corum with about a gain of 2. And the clock's going to go under 12 minutes now. All right. Penn State has allowed 166 yards in this game. Oh, that was a hole. And 3rd and 1. It'll be a gain of 7 for Michigan. Blake Corum now with 91 rushing yards. Manny Diaz is scratching the back of his head. He's nervous. Get it. Good. This looks like like 2021. This looks like 2022 Michigan. Wow. Okay, good. Michigan 1st and 10 at their 42, so Penn State's defense left to stay on the field even longer. Let's see what happens with J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy. But a flag. Nice. That was A.J. Barner. Pass interference on Penn State, and now Michigan will be in Penn State territory. This is a good drive. Oh, yeah, Kalen King. Yup. Wow. Yup. Michigan, again, Michigan had ran for like more than 20 straight plays. You knew that was coming. And McCarthy, unlike Aller, has that accuracy, and the tight ends are that good. 1st and 10 at the Penn State 43. And now the defense is really getting backed up. Michigan takes a second timeout. Wow. So Michigan gets the first deep pass of the game. Penn State now with 4 penalties for 28 yards. So Michigan winning in every facet of the game, but it's only an 8-point game. A touchdown here probably puts it away if Michigan continues to chew the clock. Come on. 1st and 10 at the Penn State 43. False start on Michigan. Wow. That's not good. False start for Michigan. It'll be 1st and 15 from the Penn State 48. Yeah, I don't know why Michigan used that timeout. I think Sherrone Moore is just being very conservative. This is a big game. That did not... Michigan has not been into the game by the refs. Stop it. I see that. McCarthy tackled for a loss at the 50. 2nd and 17. Michigan's only running it. Yeah, that was... Wow. Not a good play call. I think Michigan, if you're Michigan, you got to pass. 2nd and 17. Michigan has gotten some yards. They've gotten a few first downs. Less than 10 minutes left in this football game. Manny Diaz's defense is being very aggressive. McCarthy gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9. McCarthy is limping back. Little hurt. So 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. He's not going to be able to run it here. But the clock will be under. 3rd and 9. He twisted that ankle a little bit. Oh my gosh, why are you only running it? I don't know why we don't trust... That just drives me nuts, personally. Like, now we're getting too predictable. I don't know why we don't trust McCarthy to throw. 4th and 11. Michigan has 239 yards. They melted a few minutes off the clock, so it's Penn State. They're going to have around 8 minutes, Penn State, to tie up this football game. And fair caught inside the 15. So Penn State will have 1st and 10 at the 12. They'll have a long drive ahead. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left. Michigan now with 28 minutes and 55 seconds of possession. That's a 6-minute possession advantage over Penn State. That defense for Penn State's tired. Carson Kaufman, don't worry, Sam. Penn State will do nothing with this drive. I'm not so confident about that. I'm not. But 8:14 left in the game, and if you're Penn State, the pressure's beginning to mount on you. You can't kick a field goal. You have to get the touchdown, get the 2-point conversion. Michigan, they're 5 of 11 on 3rd down. Penn State's 3 of 11. Michigan still has more passing yards than Penn State, and they haven't completed a pass yet this half. 7 of 8, 7.5 yards per pass attempt. McCarthy's played basically a perfect game. McCarthy has 34 rushing yards, 4.3 yards per carry. And he has 60 passing yards. Aller's 7 of 13. He has 5 more passing attempts, but for 51 yards. Colorado's up 14-7. Illinois is up 33-27 on Indiana. And Maryland, 4th quarter, they're in Nebraska territory. I'm nervous. Kansas only down by 6, 3rd and goal at the Texas Tech 6. Kansas with a chance to take the lead. Alabama's winning 35-14, close to the end of the 3rd quarter, like someone said in the comments. Penn State special teams has been fairly neutered. Abe Xcom says we'll end up with a field goal. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not a guarantee that Penn State will end up with nothing on the drive. Michigan now with a 92.1% chance to win, though. That win probability is climbing. Let's hope that Michigan doesn't choke this game away. Michigan's had 45 plays for 60. They've had 45 plays. Penn State's had 42. Michigan's had 60 more yards with only 3 more plays. So they're the more explosive team. It's Michigan's offense right now that's winning this football matchup. Katron Allen only gets about a half yard, 2nd and 9. Penn State running for 4.2 yards per carry now. Penn State will probably punt here if they don't convert this 3rd down, if they don't convert for a 1st down, unless it's like, 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, then I could see them going for it. Theo Johnson motions out. Aller is pressured. Incomplete. 3rd and 9, incomplete pass for Tyler Warren. Aller's now 7 of 14 for 51 yards. Third and 9. Let's hope. Come on. Colson, I have faith in you. Josiah Stewart. Jalen Harrell. Mikey Sainristil. Michigan playing rather conservative. There is a flag. Cephas won't get the 1st down. He stopped. There is a flag, though. Penalties declined, 4th and 9. And Jesse Minner is hyped. There's energy on the Michigan sidelines. Penn State's 3 of 12 now on 3rd down. And because of that penalty, the clock will run, so a few more seconds will run off for Michigan. And Michigan will have the ball at their own 31-32. So, decent field position for Michigan. 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Aller, 8 of 15 for 51 yards. He's only averaging 3 yards per pass attempt. That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy. So Penn State, they only took off they're still trailing by 5 minutes of possession. You know that Michigan's just going to run the ball, be perfectly content to punt. Honestly, Brian Ferentz would be an upgraded OC. No. But I will say that Phil Parker's defense wouldn't have allowed those touchdown runs by Michigan. Would not have allowed that Donovan Edwards 22-yard touchdown run. The Blake Corum one, I don't think he could have stopped that. But that 3rd and 11 touchdown run conversion, no. Oh, come on, Michigan. 7 minutes and 5 seconds left. They'll melt off at least a few minutes of clock, and Penn State only has 2 timeouts.
With Verizon Business Unlimited, I get 5G, truly unlimited data, and unlimited hotspot data.
Blank name. I disagree with the idiotic play calling. It's conservative, like Laith Musa is saying, and it's frustrating. But Penn State has a good secondary. None of our receivers have been able to get separation. Texas Tech 13, Kansas 10, late in the 4th quarter. Kansas with a chance to tie with a field goal. Maryland 10, Nebraska 10, Illinois 33, Indiana 27 still. Okay, don't fail me now, Michigan. Come on. Get a touchdown here. Come on. Get Corum 100 rushing yards on the day. And we're back. We're not getting separation. A lot of those passes were like shorter passes taken for bigger gains. Penn State's crowd is not as loud as I would have expected it to be. 1st and 10 at the 31. Manny Diaz has like eight guys in the box. More accurately, 7, but I mean, he could have 8 in the box if he wanted to. Never mind, Michigan. Well, it's showing that Michigan has an extra timeout. Corum, tackle for loss, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Michigan's just going to milk the clock here, probably run on every play, and try and get it to under 5 minutes. I'm hoping that Michigan here can get a first down. Picking up a first down would be huge. It would be massive. But they're melting away Michigan is that clock. And you just it feels like it's a larger lead for Michigan than it actually is. Come on. Oh, come on. 5 minutes on the play clock. 4 and a timeout by Michigan. Come on. Yeah, you can tell that having Harbaugh here is hurting the team. Wow. Well, safe to say I don't think Michigan could win a national title with how they're playing in this game, but having Jim Harbaugh is a big factor in these bigger games. It's impressive that Michigan's leading without their head coach. So let's hope that Michigan can do something. 6 minutes and 21 seconds left. Penn State's crowd and team is desperate for a big win. And Corum gets an 8-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. So he has crossed 100 rushing yards on the day. That's great. And he's just been patient following his blockers. If Michigan can convert a first down here, you begin to consider using those timeouts if you're Penn State. Clock under 6 minutes. Corum motions back in. I'm expecting a full-on Penn State blitz. Corum doesn't get it. Michigan ran right in that defense, and they're going to give the ball back to Penn State with under 5 minutes in the game. Gosh, that's frustrating. I feel like they could have made a screen pass there, but I don't know. 4th and 2 from the 39. At least Michigan should get good field position here. I don't think they're going to score for the rest of this game, though, unless they feel like they have to pass. So 4 minutes and 53 seconds for Penn State to drive down the field and tie this up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Under 5 minutes left. So Michigan chewed up some clock. Michigan has a 7-minute possession advantage on that defense. I think if Penn State doesn't get a touchdown here, I have a hard time seeing them stop this Michigan defense another time. This is the drive for Penn State. You cannot punt here. You only have 2. I think this is it. But maybe I'm wrong. Penn State running. 2nd and 6. I think Penn State, they'll be willing to run the football. Incomplete. Aller now 8 of 16 for 51 yards. Maybe they'll punt here since they didn't take too much time off the clock. But your defense is just... Penn State's defense has been on the field for over 30 minutes, and it's not even the end of the game yet. Okay, come on. Michigan, get a stop here. Get the ball back, choose some more clock off. If you have to punt, punt. Dropped. Oh, Caden Saunders had that football. That was a perfectly thrown ball by Aller. That was on him. Aller made the throw necessary, and Saunders had his man beat, but he dropped it. Wow. Oh, he put it behind him. Never mind. Oh, they're on the field for 4th down. They're going to go for it. If Penn State has to go for it here, or they have to do a pooch punt, they can't. Wow. 4th down failed. Michigan now with 4 minutes and 21. Oh my gosh. Aller just can't get it done. What are you doing? Michigan now with the ball at the Penn State 30, and they'll just run it. 8 of 18 for 51 yards. This isn't just the fact that Michigan and Ohio State have some of the best secondaries in football. This is the fact that Aller has some serious issues. Michigan has played the most conservative game I've seen in my life. And that's watching Michigan do halfback tosses in 2017 because they had John O'Corn. Like, this is nuts. And Corum, touchdown, Michigan! 2 rushing touchdowns, 131 yards, and Michigan now, Michigan came in this game, and they chewed Penn State up. And finally, with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, they spit them out. Wow. That is the 3rd run of the day of over 20 yards for Michigan. How about the explosive plays? Again, this is a Manny Diaz defense thing. This whole thing about, Penn State's run defense is number 1 in the nation. No, it's not. They haven't faced a rushing offense like this. They haven't. They have not faced a rushing offense like this. They have not faced these type of backs. Remember, against Ohio State, they did not play Travion Henderson. And Ohio State's O-line is not like this Michigan O-line. Diaz, that is a Don Brown. That's a Don Brown play. Man blitz, every play. Michigan doesn't even have to pass to rush for 217 yards. 41 rushing attempts, 8 passing attempts, and Michigan is probably going to beat Penn State by double digits. That is heresy. Heresy. If you're a Penn State fan, I feel bad for you because your head coach and your DC are not putting your team in a position to win. You're losing to a team who doesn't have their head coach on the sidelines. Sherrone Moore is going to collect a top 10 win. Sherrone Moore will have as many regular season top 10 victories as James Franklin has. That is disgusting. It also shows how good this Michigan team is. James Wood, thank you for the $2 super chat. Is Drew the worst QB in the Big Ten? No, he's not. Heinrich Harburg, I'd say he's worse. I'd say Luke Altmaier's worse, but I don't know if that's the case. He's about middle of the road, maybe bottom half. He's not the worst quarterback in the Big Ten. Michigan's defense is just this good. And Penn State's offense is also lethargic. The only defenses Penn State can drive on are non-elite defenses. He might have thrown a pick. Oh, a pick by Michigan. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Michigan. Oh my, wow. I wonder if that was an incomplete pass or not, but that might have been a pick. Wow. Penn State just folded after. They folded. Michigan was right to play conservative, but there is a flag probably for excessive celebration. Oh, look at that. Quentin Johnson wearing the true primetime glasses. Wow. Let me see this. I want to see if he got his hands under it. It might be an incomplete pass. It did touch the ground, but he did scoop it under before it touched the ground. So I don't know. If you're Franklin, if yeah, that should be an incomplete pass. Wow. Blake Corum, man. I said watch out for Edwards, and Edwards did have a good game. He averaged 5.2 yards per carry and had over 50 yards and a long of 22. But really, Corum coming through. Man, I needed to see my team come through in this way. Sam better than Gus and Joel. Thank you. I don't believe that, but gosh, the relief that I had after... actually, ESPN told me that Michigan scored before I saw the touchdown. Remember, they didn't tell me how Michigan scored because it was loading, and seeing him break away was like, earthquake, done. Just done. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is just... what a win for this team. I mean, look, Michigan's being punished by the Big Ten, and rightfully so, because they cheated. I think the punishment's just. Would I prefer it? No, but I mean, Michigan broke the rules, and here they are. Their advantage has been taken away from them for weeks now, and they don't have their head coach on the sidelines. And whoop-de-doo, they're beating a top 10 team on the road by 15 points, and they ran down their. They called the most. They called a Brian Ferentz offense, and they killed this Manny Diaz defense, and they called the most incomplete pass. Yeah, that's a good call by the refs. That's an incomplete pass. Alabama also winning 49-14. TD Yale. Sweet. Not this conservative, Sam. 27 straight runs. That's my point, though. Michigan didn't call a perfect game. There were plays where I think they could have called passes and it would have benefited them more. But what this also shows is Michigan had confidence they were the better team than Penn State. We can call the most conservative game ever, and we can beat you by double digits. We can likely finish the game before the clock hits 0, unless Penn State scores here. 4:09 left. Penn State only has 2 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10. 4:09 remaining. Come on. I want a pick 6. I want Michigan to score 30 points. 24 is not enough. Don't play prevent either. Don't let them get into the end zone. They're going to run. Penn State ran. But they got a first down, but the clock will still run. They ran. Look at Penn State. They're running. Why are we... Whatever. I don't understand James Franklin. I never will. They're running. Again. And now the clock's under 4 minutes. They're trying to score. Michigan's being conservative. But they're chewing clock off, Penn State is. Wow. They're going to pass, play action. Dante Cephas catches it. Clock will continue to run because it's not under 2 minutes yet. I don't like that Michigan's playing this style of defense because if Penn State, if they can convert the onside kick. Almost intercepted. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left in the game, and Aller is now 9 of 20 for 62 yards. Wow, but Quentin Johnson was preparing for the tackle because it looked like Warren was about to come down with it. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in this game for Penn State. The fans are emptying the stands. Michigan. There's a hold. That's a hold. Oh, Braden McGregor matching up with Fashanu nicely. Wow. No. Wow, illegal hands to the face on Braden McGregor. Wow. Well, Penn State might score, and they might, be able to use an onside kick to win. I hope Michigan can get a stop here, though. I don't like how they're playing, 1st and 10, though. Close to the Michigan 10, but the clock's running. They're letting the clock run just a little bit. They got a false start on Penn State. Yes. Whew. And the clock runs because it's a false start. So, wow. So there's just a few seconds being chewed off, and I love that. There's a hold. Nice hit by Aller inside the 10, but the clock will run. Getting close to under 2 minutes. It's under 2 minutes, 20 seconds. 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. 2nd and 7. Aller is going to pass. Incomplete. 2:03 remaining. 3rd and 7. Aller now is 19 of 21 or 9 of 22 for 62 yards. Nuts. He's averaging less than 3 yards per pass attempt. It's insane. Get a sack. Sack. Come on. Don't allow a touchdown here. Caught. They'll need an onside kick. And they're going for 2. James Franklin's going for 2. Let's hope that Michigan is able to recover the onside kick. My computer is just slow. I hope that my stream isn't dying. Come on. Gosh. Oh, there's a weird formation being done by Penn State. Incomplete. That's game. Michigan with a 9-point lead. That's game. Even if they recover the onside kick, they'll have to recover another one. So everyone who said that Michigan, well, not every, it wasn't very many people. I'm not going to act like it's Michigan against the world type of thing. People who said that Michigan is not going to win because they no longer have their cheater. What do you say now? Aller is not him. He isn't. 10 of 22, 70 yards passing, only 1 passing touchdown. Michigan's going to win on the road. Yeah, they're going to have the onside kick. 2 timeouts left for Penn State. The stadium's not totally empty yet. There's still a lot of Penn State fans, but some of them are gone. Joe Klatt's trying to process a potential Michigan win. I mean, if Michigan recovers the onside kick, what you do is knee. Or no, you don't knee, you run. Come on. Fielded by Mikey Sainra still. My man. Elite defensive back. Do-it-all guy. Do-it-all player. 2 timeouts left. Penn State fails the onside kick. Penn State only has 2 timeouts remaining. Aller just looks mad. Alabama 49-21 on Kentucky. That actually makes Georgia's win over Kentucky look less impressive. They're heavy formation. Corum in the backfield. Michigan will run it. Corum gets back to the line of scrimmage. Penn State takes their first timeout. They'll have less than a minute, 30 seconds. That is if they stop Michigan. U of M number 1 after this. I'm keeping them at number 1. I think that Michigan, toward the end, pulled away, but they didn't pull away in the same way that I thought they would. Michigan versus OSU, though. That's gonna be for the Big Ten East. Yeah, but Leif does have a point in the sense that the way Michigan's controlled this game, having to rely on an onside kick to win, it isn't garbage time. I'd say it's desperation time. That should be a new term. Like it's a touchdown, yes. It's not garbage time, no. But at that point, Michigan's defense is just going to be conservative so they can force Penn State to chew clock. 1:53 left. Blake Corum got about a gain of 3 or 4. And Penn State's taken their last time out. So Michigan will win. Michigan, all likely, is going to cover. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, only 1 pass attempt this half, I believe, and it was a pass interference call. You know that Penn State had 1 sack, 7 TFLs. Michigan just 1 sack, 3 TFLs. But Penn State allowed big plays. Michigan, their longest play of the game was to Katron Allen, a 34-yard rush. They did not allow a reception of over 20 yards. Neither did Penn State, though. But that's what you get with Manny Diaz defense. You get sacks, you get TFLs, and Corum with a first down. Game. Wow. 9-yard run. Corum, 26 carries, 145 yards. Michigan has 231 rushing yards. They averaged 5.3 yards per rush. 3 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. Now you just take a knee. Thank you guys so much for being on, by the way. This is absolutely nuts. Thank you all so much for being on. I was off by 1 point. I said 24-14. I'll give you credit, though. Michigan won. Michigan covered. We went into Beaver Stadium, and Michigan controlled this game from the start of the second quarter onward. And yeah, Ja Demand, 2-point conversion doesn't matter. It's still a stupid call by Franklin. Sherrone Moore. Hey. Killer statistic. Sherrone Moore has as many regular season top 10 wins as James Franklin. Sherrone Moore has as many top 10 regular season wins as James Franklin. James Franklin had 1 regular season top 10 win against Ohio State in 2016. Sherrone Moore earns his first regular season top 10 win as a head coach, potentially with more to come. On today, 11-11, Armistice Day against Penn State. Are you watching OSU tonight? Absolutely, I am. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I go live and when I review these games. Michigan moves on to 10-0. They have not lost a Big Ten game yet. Penn State falls to 8-2. Thank you so much for attending this game, for attending this watch party with me. Let's check the chat before we leave. I'm happy for Sherrone Moore. You go. You knew your team, and you called the game necessary to win. You go, Sherrone Moore. You represent this team, man. You are the embodiment of toughness. Yeah, Sherrone Moore is very emotional, and I understand that. You're doing it without a head coach. And Corum has a cut above his nose. What did he say? Oh, he dropped an F-bomb. Well, respect... Well, I mean, whatever. Wow. Crazy. Welp. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, Glare, we did cheat. I laugh when people say that Michigan's the cheaters and the best because they did cheat. But guess what? Michigan's without their head coach, and they're without the opponent's signals, and they beat Penn State harder than anyone else has beat Penn State since Ohio State, Michigan last season. All right. Have a great day, guys. This is an awesome win. My day has been made. I will be reacting passionately in a reaction video tomorrow. If you're a Penn State fan, I'm going to have a video for you about Franklin. Because even though I expected James Franklin to lose this game, Michigan just beat him. James Franklin cannot beat top 10 teams. He can't do it. He is 3-17 against the top 10 now. It's just nuts. But have a phenomenal day, guys. I'll see you all around. Bye-bye.